INTL. We are live on the Dark Gems INTL podcast, episode 15. We got 3 guests on the show tonight. We have White Boy Beats on the tech per usual. I am Blake Shepard, your host. So let's introduce our guest tonight. We have Eli. He is an extremely talented graphic designer / multi-talented artist from Rochester, Minnesota. We also have Manolo, who is... How would you describe yourself as an artist? You're an artist, of course. But
I'm a multimedia artist. I would just say.
multimedia. Okay, perfect. And then we have Zay3 with his 3rd appearance on the podcast. He has a project dropping this Friday, full-length album, Best You Never Heard. It's going to drop at 11 p.m. Central tomorrow night, so make sure you tune into that. We are recovering from a tour stop. Herpes out. Yeah. That's the
Yummy.
real story. Yeah, delicious. We're recovering from a tour stop in Minneapolis this past weekend. Friday night, me, Jay Havoc, and Dabo Fly were up there repping the scene and got to see some interesting faces that we had never seen before. So shout out to the Minneapolis crowd for showing out and showing love. We got a few events coming up here in Rochester, back-to-back weeks. We got the hottest scene in the Midwest on stage, including myself and Zay3. This weekend, we're at Hidden World Vinyl Records on July 29th. That is a free entry show based on donations, so just come through. We're going to play loud music. We're going to have cool lights, and we're going to have a good time. Next week, we're at Chip Shots on August 5th, the Saturday after. That's me, Zay3. That's Benny Blockboy. That's DJ Syed. That's Jago. Who am I missing?
Johnny Sudan. That's about it. Is that 8 niggas?
There's like 6 or 7, I think.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull up that flyer later. You got that flyer, Dan? I'll send it to you. We'll put that up on the screen as well as all of our other events, as well as the other dates from the Only Way Out tour featuring myself, Dabo Fly, and Jay Havoc, and as well as the Storm tour featuring Rochester's King Ace, Jaden Williams, and 507 Pacino. So we'll be talking about that. We got a lot to cover tonight from Manolo's art history here in Rochester, as well as his collaborations. Eli just got back from a business trip to Atlanta, a creative trip to Atlanta. And of course, Zay3 is dropping his project on July 28th, this Friday. So we're going to get right into it with a little bit of prep. I'm going to have all you introduce yourselves and just talk about a little bit about what you're going on, more in depth, of course, than I have given. So we're gonna start with Manolo up front here. How you doing? Introduce yourself.
I'm good. I'm Manolo. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if a lot of people know me out there, but you guys do.
I would say a significant amount of our general art community knows who you are.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So what have you been up to in the past few months? Because I know we've had a little hiatus. I know me and Dan haven't worked with you in
a while. Yeah, I mean, it's been a roller coaster for sure. I think the last time I talked to you guys, or fully even immersed myself with you guys, was at that art show that we had, that art event in October last year.
Art Attack.
And I was going through some struggles at the time, which what led me to this past few months, year actually. To just settle down a little bit, take it down a notch. You know, going through depression, diagnosed with diabetes type 2, as I told you guys earlier. So yeah, I've been taking a step back from art, from doing anything, but I think I'm ready to hit the ground running. You know,
okay.
I think so.
Perfect. And we got to talk about like future festivals and stuff like that, because I was just on the phone with, I think it was Dan earlier. We were talking about like possibly bringing in people like Zach Cern of Carpet Booth and like Nick Novotny.
Right on.
And the downtown people, and saying, you know, like, what would it take to put on an industry-sized festival at Grant Park, for example? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And of course, that's something beyond anything Rochester's ever done. But to me,
I think it'll take some work, but I feel like it's possible. I feel like it's doable. You just have to play your pieces right. You know, I think you really have to just look into who you really want to work with. Again, working back with Bobby and doing all the events that we've had is stressful. It's very
Yeah.
stressful, especially because people become very needy. So then, like even this last art show, we had a bunch of artists. But I want this, I want that, I want this location, I want this, I want that, and I'm like, if you think you can do it better, do it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's gonna be I feel like the biggest problem is just having around those people who are willing to be okay with what you give them. Because you need to realize that you guys are the ones in charge, and that's what's overwhelming. It's talking to them people and having them giving them making them happy with what they got, but also happy enough that we're willing to work with you again. And that's the stressful part, But at the end of the day, I think you guys could do it. I think we just need to connect with a little bit more people in the city. I think it will be possible. Now, what do you want to do on those events? Like, what is it all that you want to put on there other than music?
So this is me doing what I like to call too much for one person.
Okay.
But ever since I moved here, like the first question I ever asked anybody that was a photographer or anything around here was like, where are the shows? Where is the entertainment community? All this. So I have like 3 big plans. I've started outlining. One of them is Dark Gems as an entertainment label or brand, which is what we're doing right now.
Right.
The other is the festival that I just mentioned at Grand Park, and the third would be what I call the RED, or the Rochester Entertainment District, which would require investors, and that's a brick and mortar investment into the nightlife here in Rochester to not only bring it back to where it was in the mid 2010s, because I've been doing a lot of research on where Rochester's nightlife has been since the 90s, right?
Yeah, yep.
But actually surpassing it and creating something that will sustain the city, because, another thing I've looked up is this is one of the few small cities in America that's actually on a really, really steady pace growth-wise, and it makes sense for them to expand into other ventures that don't involve
like culture and
exactly.
No, I get it. I think the biggest roadblock is gonna be the big baddie, which is the Mayo Clinic.
Of course,
it's. I think that's the one that is gonna be the really hard pick at and actually get through them and actually accepting. Like for example, like I was talking about, or we saw an article or something about Mayo Clinic wanting to have more murals downtown. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I started talking and going around shops and shop owners, they're like, yeah, but they're very strict to what they want. Like they want patterns.
Right.
Like they want very simple murals.
Yeah.
And to me, like, where's the art on that? Like I can do it. Yeah, it's doable, but for what? Like, what are you bringing onto the table?
Yeah.
It's that's the problem. It's the big baddie.
It also seems like, and this is the last point I really want to make on this until we get into the next segment, because I got to bring these guys in. Like a lot of the attempts I've made over the years to connect with the city or people associated with the city, or just what I've observed with the general community, is a lot of the people that are really cashing in on the opportunities from the city art-wise. First of all, props to them for like doing things here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got no hate for them at all. But like the optics of what is being created and how it's being created shows that like, we're kind of are surpassing the cardinal sin of art, which is you're putting everybody in a box. Everything is neutered to the point where it's acceptable for certain people's image to the city. So that, I also want to signpost the fact that we surpassed 100 subscribers. So shout out to you guys. If you've not subscribed yet and you're in the chat, hit that button, hit the like button, hit the bell so you know when we're live every Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m. We might go live more in the future, and you wouldn't know if you didn't hit the bell. So hit the bell, follow the Instagram. I believe we're at 1,068 or something like that, cult members. So follow the Instagram and get tapped in. That is where we are most active. And of course, tonight at 9 p.m., we have our music review. So send in your music with the darkgemsintl.com link, because we got it through our website now. So click https://darkgemsintl.com/feedback in the blue text in the description, and you will see our beautiful baby website that we have created. Shout out White Boy Beats, working late nights, cracking his knuckles,
It is nice
sweating
as
from
hell,
his fingers. Thank you. And with that, let's talk a little bit about Zay3, man. Stop by to promote his album he's got coming out this Friday, but dropping an hour earlier on Thursday night. How you been?
I've
It's
been
been 3 weeks since I saw you last. 2 or 3 weeks, something like that.
2-3 weeks about
Yeah,
that.
been in the lab, like cooking out those masters.
Basically, because I really was doing that shit kind of not last minute, but at the same time, because obviously you have to release. You want to release at least like 2 weeks before, if not a week, just so it gets on all platforms easily and you can like check all your shit, make sure it's on there. But like me being me, I always like to go back and I hear something. I'm like, oh, I gotta redo this, or I got to a point where I just remastered everything. So I really put a lot of work into it. I'll say that.
That's good to hear. We honestly, like, as an artist that's not originally from here, like, it's cool to see people that are like grassroots, like yourself, or Eli's originally from here, right? Were you born in Rochester?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Well, I mean, shout at you anyways, but like, I love to see, like, what I do is cool, what we do is cool, but the fact that there's people like originally from here in a city that's made of a lot of transients, and you have like original people that say, yeah, I'm from Rochester and I make dope shit at industry level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At an industry level, like, that is major, because there's nothing you could say after that, really. You know what I'm saying? And you guys are like serious pillars for the culture. Very, very important.
And it is weird because like not too long ago, I had somebody like coming in for like a studio session or whatever. And after, he was like texting me, talking about like how much he's been working and shit. He's like, yeah, I'm trying to get like you, bro. And like, it's really inspiring in a way. You know? And knowing that other people are inspired by that. Because really, that's the point, you know, trying to inspire, but also give people good music at the same time.
Exactly. How would you say your creative process came together for this project? Like, when did you decide, one, how long this project was going to be, and two, like, your overall messaging for the project and what you're trying to say?
I mean, for like how long it was gonna be, really, I didn't put myself in a box. I don't like to do that too much. I kind of let myself go wherever, go with the flow. But at the same time, I still was keeping the idea that I wanted to keep it kind of not too short, but still concise, you know? Because a lot of people, especially lately, even like the industry people, have been putting out like 20-song albums, 30-song albums, you know, stuff like that. And I also wanted to keep it short enough that if I wanted to later, I could drop a deluxe, something like that. The creative process, though, really, again, like, I don't like to put myself in a box. So I wanted to be still connected in some way, or still flow together, obviously, because it's a whole tape. But still, I wanted to also get out all the different parts of me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so give people, like I said, different parts of me, but also just like different styles, because I think myself as versatile. So
I'd say you are too, right? Especially when you have an artist that's very, very involved in the full process of making their music, right?
Yeah.
There's not many people you got to answer to.
exactly.
And it makes it easier to promote it too, because you got extra cash in your pocket.
Exactly.
Right. So I think personally we're gonna see like a wave of underground artists, and we already are, really, that are just extremely multi-dimensional and extremely efficient. Because like, if you're an artist and you know you're spending half your promo money in the studio because you can't get your recordings right, or you know, you aren't good at making promotion or whatever it is, you're gonna fall behind. And those artists that are just do-it-all artists are gonna surge ahead.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah,
And I will say, if you haven't already, definitely invest in like your own equipment. Just have something like either at your crib or wherever you be at, because it is nice to always have it right in front of you. So like, if you're at home, you get an idea, you don't have to go hit up somebody, be like, oh, can I come through? He says no. You hit up 2 other people, they say no, or other guys trying to charge you $80 an hour. You don't have $80 right now. You don't even have $160 to do 2 hours. So it definitely is nice to have like your own equipment, microphone. It don't have to be nothing too crazy. Honestly, you could just have a microphone and a motherfucking what they call it, audio interface. Yeah.
Yeah, Zay3 in the building promoting his project, which is going to be live tomorrow night at 11 p.m. into Friday, early July 28th. We are at a fine-tuning point, a legendary point for Dark Gems and Minnesota podcasts. We got 3 cameras going. Who else has got 3 cameras going, bro? Nobody. We got 3.
Nobody.
2.5, bro. Like, okay, that's more than 2. A couple other announcements. We also have t-shirts live. They are the one and only hottest scene in the Midwest t-shirts. They're live on our website, darkgemsintl.com. As I said earlier, if you have music to submit, we don't care if you go on Audacity right now and record some random freestyle to a YouTube beat. Send it in. We want to hear it. Click the link in the description. That is at 9 p.m. Another announcement, we are looking for possible sponsors for the show. So if you're a local brand or business and you're looking to get your name out there, we have a beautiful space on our back wall that we are looking to fill with your name or several people's names. Yeah, we got a ton of room. So DM us at DarkGemsINTL on Instagram, at DarkGemsINTL on Facebook. However you got to get a hold of us, comment on the YouTube video. We don't care. And finally, our third guest tonight is my guy Eli, the greatest graphic designer in Minnesota history.
What's going on, fam? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You just got back from Atlanta.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How was it? General synopsis, general feelings?
Fucking crazy, dude. It was for 2 weeks, so I guess I'll start off with how I even got down to Atlanta. I used to play GTA a lot back on PlayStation, and I met this one dude. On GTA named CJ, and I
so ironic.
hopped into a lobby with him, and we were friends on PlayStation for a long time. And then last year, when I broke up with my ex, I was like, "Bro, I need to get on a vacation." He's like, "Come down to Atlanta." So like, this will be my 3rd visit to Atlanta. 2-week visit. Stayed with him. I call it more of a business trip because I came down there to work on his brand. He's basically my mentor.
You better write that off.
And
I wrote this off. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, he plunged me into a lot of new aspects. Like, I never done a photo shoot before, so I did a photo shoot. Got a bunch of models. Some of them worked with Nike. Some of them worked with Vivian Westwood.
Big dog.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was
Moving. We moving, bud.
That shit was.
So what does that mean? Oh, we're out of sound effects tonight.
I got him.
Oh, yeah, Zay. We're going to rely on the power of the human vocal cords.
Fuck yeah. Can we swear on this?
Of course, man.
Okay.
We had
Hell the fuck yes.
we had Good John, who's another graphic designer on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
And he asked the same thing. He's like, can we say precarious things on here or something like
Wasn't
that?
the dad?
Yeah.
Motherfucker. I was like,
Dad
you got. I don't know. He just looked like a dad to me. Had his he brought a case with him. Just put it on the table. He's like, here you go. Like,
Yeah.
He brought their dad.
Yeah, and then he leaked his phone number because he wanted to talk about LC's venue, but that's a whole another thing. Do you want to explain a little bit about Moonchase Music, because I've heard a lot about them and your collaborations with them, just like who they are as a brand and just what they're trying to accomplish, what they're working on, and what you're working on with them.
So Moonchase Music is an African music entertainment label. They mainly specialize in Afro trap and going commercial. So very slick, very clean, trying to be up with the big leagues. He's currently working with, which would be my mentor CJ, also goes by Chuck Wuma. So Chuck Wuma, he is just trying to like really revolutionize how Afro music is and just get it, because he's based in Atlanta. And we all know, like, Atlanta is more trap, plug-and-B, rap, hip-hop, a lot of the underground stuff.
Right.
So he wants to push more of his culture and tribal values into music.
Love that.
As of right now, he's going to Nigeria to work with his mom and get in contact with her contacts, because she just put a movie out on Netflix about the economy in Nigeria, and he wants to create a little short film about the music industry as a Nigerian and do an Afro trap. But he's been around for a couple of years. He's got a lot of things under his belt. He lends out a lot of equipment. He does things very slick and minimal. And I'm glad that, like, I could go up there and be taught by him. Because, like I said, I did a photo shoot with him. But I had never done a photo shoot before. And that it was fun, like, doing everything and being a creative director and getting all the models and setting up a shoot. But the day of, we got into a car accident. We got slammed by a semi. And I was like, shit, man. We were already an hour late, and I had to make all these decisions. But he really pushed me towards it. And honestly, I think that's probably like the biggest respect I could put towards him and his brand is for pushing me and his other teammates to do what we think would be impossible. Because in this day and age, especially coming from Minnesota, like, everyone's just so anxious. Everyone's a walking zombie. Everyone just wants to be shut-ins and stay inside. But there's people like that, or just people in general that are very outgoing. Like, we need more people like that to be our team leaders and mentors and bosses, I guess. Big boss.
Absolutely. With that, we are going to jump into our track of the week and then loosen it up for some more general conversations. Like I said, if you have music to submit, darkgemsintl.com/feedback. It is in the description in the blue text. This week for our featured track, we have Lance Jiwa 507 with New Mercedes, just dropped 3 weeks ago with the visuals. So let's take a look.
D-Mark got that heat.
Everybody got opinions on me, but it doesn't faze me. I seen so much fake love, what you think done drove me crazy? Put my trust into them, called them my brothers, but then they start to act fugazi. I'll be thinking about the coupe if I cop a new Mercedes. Hey, I had to cut the old ones for new ties. I had to try to avoid any new lies. I had to realize these people can't be good for me. Can't blame myself, now I only blame the chemistry. Keeping it real, never been science. Grew up with youngins, all they needed was some guidance. Hard to see the world when they promoting violence, but they gon' tell you that a gangster moves in silence. I told my mama that one day we gon' be straight. Went through trials and tribulations, I had memories fade away. But I can't even blame the week, cause I'm still sober to this day. I just pray to God that I wake up and see another day. All these nights they ain't a shit, I'm out here road running. And when you trapping, gotta act like you don't know none. Cause when you up, that's when everybody wanna hold some. But y'all niggas don't deserve shit from me. Everybody got opinions on me, but it doesn't faze me. I seen so much fake love, what you think done drove me crazy? Put my trust into them, called them my brothers, but then they start to act fugazi. I'll be thinking about the coupe if I cop a new Mercedes. Look, I get tired of looking left and right while I'm roaming through the night, hoping I don't see the light. Everything comes with a price, I just hope it isn't my life. God ain't give me no one dues, I know I can't do this twice. Ay, it's the way these streets go, it's the way these streets go. Why you think I turn so cold? Well, I'm wondering if I'm gonna see tomorrow or not. They don't wanna see me when they want the spot that I got. They tryna take it, but they didn't work for it. Now I go with Allstate if I know they didn't shoot for it. I might need a Dora if I gotta go explore for it. Looking for some money, hit the studio and record for it. Sing away all my problems, sing away all of my feelings. All this money keep on coming, I pray they got it stacked up to the ceiling. Everybody got opinions on me, but it doesn't faze me. I seen so much fake love, what you think done drove me crazy? Put my trust into them, called them my brothers, but then they start to act fugazi. I'll be thinking about the coupe if I cop a new Mercedes.
G-Wolf 507 with New Mercedes video, shot by Kerrigan Productions. We don't know where he shot that. Does it say anything in the description?
I mean, where's Kerrigan base? You know.
I don't know, because I looked up his
Directed
Instagram.
by Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Damn.
Doesn't say. Okay. A flat landscape.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
Out there.
But yeah.
Shout out Kerrigan, man. That's some crazy camera work. Bro,
Yeah.
Bro's got good gimbal. Bro's got good editing.
Yeah.
Gimbal?
Yeah.
What's gimbal?
Gimbal's like the stabilizers for video cameras.
Mhm.
Good to know.
Absolutely.
Learn something new every day.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, back to what we were kind of mentioning earlier is ideally we would like to have some type of yearly festival. And even if it's like on the smaller end this year or like it starts early next year, like just something that's like in moderately industry level and work towards something that's industry level. Because like if you look at like a lot of bigger festivals over the course of the past like 3 decades, they don't typically like to do those festivals in like, well, I mean, it's probably half the time they do them in big cities, but the other half of the time they try to find like festival friendly areas. Like Electric Forest is in the middle of nowhere in Michigan. Woodstock, when it was around, was in the middle of nowhere in New York.
They did that fucking desert for... Is that Rolling Loud? They're in the fucking desert?
That's Burning Man.
Burning Man. Yeah.
Burning Man.
Whatever
Okay.
the fuck it was.
But yeah, like I just feel like that spot, that Graham Park spot, is just perfect to do like a double stage setup, and then maybe an indoor setup as well in one of the arenas or two.
That would be pretty amazing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it would be. I
And-
mean, I feel like it's doable. I mean, like, put it like Nerding Out. They're doing Comic-Cons now. It was just a local shop, and now they're doing and inviting like celebrities. And
Yeah,
stuff.
isn't fucking Sal coming over here?
Yeah.
That shit was so... I saw the fucking billboard. I'm like, who the fuck? I was like, who got this nigga over here?
Yeah,
That shit was so absurd to me.
And yeah, Nerding Out is doing it big like that too. So I mean, if they can do it, why
Why
can't
not?
we? Yeah,
Why
why
not?
can't it? Especially with music, there's a bunch of people here that love music. Again, it's just
Gotta slap a couple, man.
You know,
this is the big baddie, you know.
Yeah.
It's the big baddie that controls what comes to the city and whatnot, But maybe we can beat through it,
Can I speak on that too?
Yeah, speak on it.
I will also say, like, how they're saying, like, with Mayo being kind of, I guess, complacent and just stuck in their ways. I feel like also, as someone who's been here their whole fucking life, terribly, a lot of the people are also kind of complacent too. I mean, especially as you get older,
100%.
like, a lot of the people don't want to go do something new. They don't want to do something adventurous. They're not, I don't know, they're just kind of here for their family and to work,
Well, I mean, if you think about it, they're all like in the medical field, right? So
Exactly.
Most of their youth were studying
Exactly.
college, all that stuff. So then once they graduate, that's all they focus on. It's
Exactly.
just their career.
Which is fair. Like, people can do that, but there are still people who like, oh, there ain't nothing to do, but at the same time, they're stuck in their ways and not even trying to find something to do.
Yeah, if they cure cancer, they
the town just needs to consider the people that were
phase them.
born and raised here, and their target wasn't to work for the Mayo Clinic. It's just to have a regular lives, or even step outside and do something different like we are. It's just they don't think about the citizens of Rochester. They think about the outside that comes in. All those guests that come to the Mayo Clinic. We want to keep a clear image. That comes a lot too with what comes out in the media. Like, for example, I was just talking to a guy about how bad fentanyl is going around in town, but we don't see it in the news.
Yeah, niggas ain't talking
But
about
it's
it.
all over. We have a very bad fucking fentanyl shit going on around, and it's hard to fucking pin it down again because they don't share it in the media. This Mayo Clinic doesn't want to share it.
I was saying last week on the podcast, I don't know if you remember last fall, there was this guy that was fucking high on something, bro. And he was driving around this white van on, like, the south side of 63, like, south of the 52 intersection.
Okay.
And, like, by Target South and all that.
Yeah.
And he went the wrong, and the police were following him for a while, and he went the wrong way on an exit ramp, and he stopped on the exit ramp, and he got out with a fucking hatchet,
Yo.
right? And he gets out. This is in Rochester, right? This is on Highway 63. He gets out on the exit ramp, and the police stop behind him. He's got a hatchet, and he's swinging it around. He's like, "You're gonna have to kill me, man. You're gonna have to kill me."
Jeez.
And the cop, like, obviously is like, stop, stop, stop. And then he eventually shoots him. Guy keeps moving, shoots him a couple more times. Guy keeps moving.
He was high on something.
Yeah,
He was on
high.
PCP,
Something,
nigga.
bro. Yeah.
That's Hercules.
Crazy body
And like they censored out his body with a black box, but the black box was still
Niggas
moving
pop them pills just
after like probably 7 or 8 shots. And I was like, damn.
That
But
is crazy.
the reason I bring that up is I remember that happening because I drove by like the crime scene the morning after very early, and the van was still out there, and there was a ton of crime scene tape, a ton of police trucks and all that. And I was like, I wonder
crazy.
what happened there. And the only reason I heard about it was because through Spotted in Rochester, the Facebook group, right?
Yeah.
It never came out in the news or anything.
Nope.
But do you know who dropped the video on YouTube? Minneapolis St. Paul, ABC 9.
Yeah.
because they used to it.
So they're reporting on our shit.
On our stuff.
when
yeah.
they got their own shit. Because we're not reporting on our shit.
Yeah.
And that is just wild to me. That is absurd.
Maybe that's what we should do. We should start our own news and just like whatever
Be
they
another
don't
news
tell, we
outlet.
tell it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that'd be pretty.
Somebody got to
crazy
do
idea.
it.
Yeah.
If they ain't gonna do it, shit.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
do it.
kind of what we're doing, to be honest with you. That's what we're doing right now.
Right?
True.
Except that was like, I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago or something like that. But
Okay, so now going back to the event. Okay, so that's
Heart
what you
attack.
guys want to do. You guys want to do something in the big scale. What are your plans
Yes.
so far? What do you got so far on the table?
so
If you
back,
don't mind me asking too.
yeah, so back in January, or back in the last week of December, this is the reason all of this right here is happening right now. There was a point in time on New Year's Eve where me, Jay Havoc, White Boy, and Dable Fly we had rented out a B&B for the New Year's Eve weekend just to talk business and figure out what the fuck we were all doing, right?
Right.
Get some type of direction that helps everybody boost their careers. It's the reason the tour is happening. It's the reason we have this podcast. It's the reason we can do shows. It's the reason we got equipment and lights and all that stuff, right? And we sat there and we're like, okay, what do we actually want to do? And how are we going to do it? And is it feasible? And one of the things, and one of my big 3 ideas is this festival. And I got on the phone with Bobby and I said, Bobby, what if we did a major festival at Grant Park? And his response was similar to yours, like, yeah, hell yeah, dude, hell yeah, let's do it. And I had,
brother.
I originally sent over a very simple plan. It was like 2 big stages on the northeast and southwest sides of the park, right? Because it's kind of angled.
Yeah.
And then like I had like merch, like table setups and all this other stuff, some other art setups on other sides of the park, ticket entrance, all this other stuff, right? It was very broad and very basic. And he said, this is not good enough.
Hood nigga.
And I said, okay, well, why do you think that? And he's like, I think that if you're going to do something in Rochester, and to be honest with you, like overall, I believe the same thing. Like if we're going to do something here, the reason it's going to work and the reason it's going to be the special, it's the same thing with streaming. It's the same thing with any art you create. It's the same thing with graphic design, anything you build. It's the same thing with music, right? If we're going to build it here, we have to build it different. We have to build it better than anywhere else.
Yeah.
And that's why they're going to pay attention, right? So
Yeah.
I
will say-
rehashed everything. I included the arenas with a ton of different art opportunities. I basically took the Art Attack Festival, applied that concept to Grand Park, and used the field, the park, as the opportunity to have those big stages with big artists. So it's essentially Art Attack expanded to a ridiculous level to hold major artists on those stages in that park.
Huh. I can definitely see it, and especially if you like, even if you can like apply it almost a little bit like the fair, where there's even like an aisle, it's just the food trucks, and then you have your tickets, and then you have your 2 stages, and then either booths or get one of the arenas to have the art events or the art shows, and then have like graffiti, like build a wall that can be movable or something, and have
be
live
dope.
graffiti, or people just join and do graffiti on their own.
Yeah.
Because I'd
You
say
know.
definitely having those, like he's saying, like the food trucks, the graffiti, stuff like that, especially since it's things that people here are like familiar with to some degree, especially like the food trucks and stuff. Like it'll definitely get people to get out of their comfort zone because one, they're going for something they're already familiar with, and then they'll see like, oh, they're having this big ass show or whatever. They check that out because they already came for something they're used to doing.
I like that approach. Like, start with something that brings them comfort.
Exactly, because like I was saying,
and then from there, just start expanding as you go, and just making it as unique as you want it, you know. But start with comfort, because I feel like in this town that'll be the best way to approach it. Starting it with comfort, and then start to level it up. Like, don't just start from 0 to 100 if you don't know what if you're gonna hit a wall at the end of the road.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So start little by little and expand it as you go. I don't know to how extent you want to get it in your sources at the moment, but yeah, I mean, whatever I can help with, like, I'm down, you know, like, but like right now, like I said, my partner, just to put it like that, he's dealing with some, demons himself, so I can't really ask him for help or ask him for the resources that he has at the moment. But as soon as I can get him cleared of that area that he's in, I'm sure that he's willing to help.
Good. Eli, you're a Rochester native. Thoughts on a possible major festival?
You're going to need security.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to definitely need security, because
Of
I'm
course.
thinking there's going to be some fucking kids. They're going to see that graffiti. They'll be like, this is a perfect opportunity to draw some dick and balls on the sidewalk and just go all along the sidewalk, just dick and balls everywhere, and just ruin it for everyone. Like,
all these kids influenced by.
Yeah.
Like most of these niggas, especially like the younger kids, they all influenced by like TikTok and shit.
Yeah.
Well, we did it at the Art Attack too. We had that wall that used to be Michael's, and they were gonna demolish it, so they let us graffiti on that old restaurant. Nobody did anything racist. Everybody knew that it was part of the art, and as long as you have enough artists on there doing art, I feel like a lot of people's not gonna disrespect it. But I agree with the security. I do feel like we need people to reinforce some type of stability to make sure that there's still those kids that fighting over corners. There's still those kids who are, I don't like that dude because he stole my girl or whatever, and they're gonna be fights. So yeah, I do agree that we have to have some type of security, but other than that, like, I feel like it should be a solid thing, you know.
Yeah, do just make it look professional too, and also for the people, again, being complacent and stuff, it'll just help them, feel more comfortable. I mean, even if they aren't complacent, I guess it just makes people feel more comfortable in general,
Yeah, but like full disclosure, like from the top down, this is something like massive, right? Like, so you're gonna have a couple people in charge of just staffing, to make sure we have that security and it's people that are reliable and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like this is obviously huge, and like along with like the RED, which is a bigger project than this festival. Which I used to call Roch Red Light, and Jay Havoc has had multiple hour-long conversations telling me to stop saying that. But like at this point in time, I'm Blake Shepard. I kind of say what I want. So
Wait, why do you have to stop saying that?
because so me and Jay like have a lot of like diplomatic conversations about like marketing, and he has better relationships with city people here in Rochester than I do because he's from here and all that. So he knows like how certain verbiage should be used and all that. And when I keep saying this, he's taking me to the point of like, oh, well, you're going to have to present this to city council and this and that, and you don't want to use this term. I'm like, bro, I understand that. But, like, let's be very clear. Like, this is something that's going to take years to come together. And right now, I'm just being a rebellious artist, and I'm saying things because if people latch on to Roch Red Light, you know what I'm saying? Later when you say things like Rochester Entertainment District, the people that were crazy enough to agree with Roch Red Light are going to be fully on board. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, realistically, prostitution is not going to be legal in the United States or in Minnesota for a very long time, if ever, right? So the red light district, which is the inspiration in Copenhagen, like is a far cry from what's possible in let alone Rochester. I'm just trying to say things and see what's possible based on how people react. Right.
Saying it to get the reaction, and depending on the reaction, you move on from there. Is that where I'm getting at?
Yeah, like, so I moved here from Chicago, right? And people are put off by that, by my my lack of a Midwest goodbye and the way I hang up the phone too quick and how I say things that are crazy, like Roch Red Light, or, let's build a music scene in Rochester, Minnesota. And then explode it. Yeah, exactly. people are put off by that. They're
Well,
like, well, why does this guy think he knows everything? And I'm not saying I do know everything. It's just I've been inspired by something
Again,
that's
we're
bigger
going
and already
back.
developed.
Yeah, and I get where you're coming
talking
from, and
his shit.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it because I feel like, yeah, that's what the city needs. Again, the comfort zone. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, I agree with that. I feel like people need to get out of that comfort zone. And how do you get people out of that comfort zone? By pushing them out of the comfort
Right.
zone.
Right.
So
It's
yeah,
weird.
I 100% agree with that. It's just, I mean, I know Jay Havoc since we went to school together. So
Nothing
like,
against him at all.
I love him to
like,
death.
he
But
knows,
yeah,
like, yeah, I take advice from him all
he's
the time.
he's a unique guy. He has his own ways, his own methods, and his own way of doing things, and I respect him for that. You know.
Yeah.
But I understand where he comes from, and I understand where you come from. You know, so I can see the debate there.
Yeah, and it's like when we had that first meeting about Art Attack.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You know,
Yeah.
at when it was Canvas, right?
Yep.
And we all sat down, and then after that, everybody just kind of, or throughout the like building process, I was like, okay, well, how are we gonna do this, this, and this? There's too many open like loose ends for
Loose
me.
ends, yeah.
And people are like, why is this guy trying to control everything? Like he, like just got brought onto a project like this with us.
Yeah,
And that
No,
put
yeah.
people off. But I'm just trying to, you know, I'm
I was,
highly inspired.
I remember when I first met you that I was just like, who is this guy? Like, I was just like, who is this? No, yeah, but no, once I started working with you, I'm like, okay, now I know who he is. Like, I get where he's going at. I see his target, and I understand, and I respect him. I told you that before, and I was, you know, I'm a flat out guy. I even told you right from the beginning that like I didn't know if I could if I was gonna like you or even trusted you.
Sure.
You know, but as I work more with you, I'm like, okay, I see his target, I see his aim, like. I like it, you know. It needs tweaking. Yeah, it needs work, but that's why I feel like all this, where all of you can hold each other accountable and actually talk about it as a group instead of it's just even two people. It becomes very, very hard. Like me working with Bobby all the time. Even him and I come to, you know, differences, and we go like, but we talk about it, and we're just like, okay, let's meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, but it does become very hard when you only have one other person to work with and just try to lead a group of people. And then me, I'm more of I just sit in the behind the scenes and we just consult each other about what we think about certain artists, certain people, certain musicians, and if we even want to work with them again. And I think I don't know. I think I like the group idea and you guys getting together and actually getting this big event running. I have high hopes.
Absolutely. What were you doing in fall of 2021 into early 2022? Were you making music?
Fall of 21 to what?
To early 2022.
I don't even fucking know. I don't even know what I did yesterday. Like, why though?
Because
Why you
that was the era of early Dark Gems collabing with Midwest Vault to bring you 507 Live, which was a Twitch stream of 8 artists every other Friday. Friday? Was it Friday?
Yeah.
Or was it
I thought
Saturday?
it was Thursday.
I think it was Saturday. It was Saturday. I think. Every Saturday, or every other Saturday, we'd have 8 artists from random places in Minnesota, and sometimes Chicago, and sometimes Iowa, and sometimes Wisconsin, right? Duluth, right?
yeah.
People. That's how far people drove for this show, and you get like a 30-minute set, and then you'd have a very brief interview with MC Church. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, you missed that era, man. But
Yeah.
I know probably for the better, to be honest with you.
What inspired to write?
Yeah.
I was.
You
I
look
was
like you
dropping-
got a question.
No, I don't got a question. I'm just listening.
Okay, because you were asking me earlier, you're like,
controversy.
what's the controversy?
Yeah. Do we got any controversy?
Oh, there's
Yeah,
Come on,
a lot.
shit on some
Controversy there.
motherfuckers.
I
No,
feel like
you should have been here for like literally the last 2 times over here. He was talking shit about
Yeah,
somebody.
Midwest Vault,
Not just
507
talking
CC.
shit.
I was telling a story.
Yeah.
Well,
he was telling
I
look,
complimented them.
Look,
Nathan Hoover's a decent photographer, bro. I just don't want to work with him business
Name
wise.
drop.
Right. Well, let's put it like this. Like,
I was dropping. Music,
I'm
bro.
glad that all of that
professional
happened.
pervert.
The Midwest Bowl had to happen.
Literally.
Everything with church, everything had to happen.
It's growing pains.
Yeah.
It just had to happen. I mean, I don't hate the dude, you know. I just don't like the lies and everything that he did. You know, especially when we did that barbecue. Were you there when we did that barbecue?
Was it at Midwest
The last
Vault?
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And. So. I started to see kids, and then this guy comes out with pottery nose, and I'm just like, dude, there's kids around. That's what fucking got
Wait,
to me.
what did he bring out? He brought out pottery?
Like, there was pot.
Pottery.
Pottery.
Oh, okay.
Pottery. Like, there's like powder.
I thought you brought like fucking bowls.
He's got 3 pots.
Three powder. Look at this. No.
They're just bringing out the salsa. No, he thought he was Whitney
he was
Houston is what happened.
You're like white stuff all over his nose, and I'm over here like,
Whitney.
and then he goes like, oh, my bad, bro, my bad. I was eating the part of donut, and I'm like, dude.
With your nose?
Not say that.
Yeah, bro.
With your nose?
Like, I'm just like, bro, you
Nigga
acting like
fucked
I
up
don't know
that
what the
donut.
fuck is going on. Like, you act like
it a good sniff before you
Yeah.
eat it. Jesus Christ.
like you act like I didn't grow up in the hood. Like,
It was like
what
Homer
the fuck
Simpson,
are you
bro.
talking about? I see your eyes. I kept it to myself though, and I'm just like, to me, it's just that one of the promoters, just to not say names, has a kid, and his kid was there. And
That's bad for business.
To me, that I feel bad for him, and I feel like that is one of the reasons why he took a step back. Because originally I had him to be part of or not the promoter, but to get everyone in for the Art Blitz.
That's what I was thinking.
And then Church just came to me and he goes like, "Hey, he said that it was cool if I helped him out." And I'm just like, "Oh, all right, cool. Then let's all meet up together." We meet up, and then I talk to this guy, and all of a sudden, yeah, Church says that it was cool, and he goes like, "Oh, I never talked to him." I'm like, "Oh, what?" And then Church shows up, and I'm just like, "Thought you had talked to him." I'm like, "Oh, I just thought I would ask him then." And I'm just like, "You told me that you had already talked to him." And then next thing you know, like, cause he had already talked to Bobby about the show, and this is when the first location that was like right behind Walmart, where we're gonna do the Art Blitz.
Yeah.
And we were already planning out locations. We were planning 3 stages. Like everything was coming out great. And next thing you know, this guy goes like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna step out." And I think it all had to do with because Church just fucking burst in, and he goes like, "No, I want to help him out. I'll do it." And it was so disappointing because we were planning to get more than just rappers, because the whole it's an art scene. So we were trying to get like people who play rock, alternative music, acoustic, like all this type of poetry, open mic. Like I know we were gonna have an open mic stage and all that stuff, and we weren't able to, and all because this guy's, I don't know why, he said that he had a lot of personal things, which it could be true. He just had a lot of personal stuff going on in his own personal life, but just the way that Church went about things to me is like, yeah, I would have pulled out too. And that's kind of what bothered me, was the fact that he was
He was bunny earring you.
Oh, I saw that. But no, yeah, I don't know. It was just a lot of things that just didn't do right with that guy, and that even when I started doing my podcast with Dan and Church, it was just he was constantly late. He even passed out through one of the streams, like completely twice, right? It was.
We were
twice.
talking about the time on 507 Live. Bro, like I said, we gave him a very simple job of doing some research on the artist coming out. He knew at least 2 days before. Going to Instagram, just writing like 3 questions for him. 5-minute interview. And he didn't do any of that. And then he's like, "Oh, I'll just do it on the spot." And then he proceeded to ask every artist the same question every time. Yeah. And then after that, it got to the point where he just wouldn't appear at the end of the sets and interview anybody. And then it got to the point where, like in January-ish, he just came in at a random time during the show when he had disappeared, and he just plopped down in this chair in the middle of the stage and just passed out while we were live. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said.
What's
Yeah.
your dog's name? How old's your dog?
Yeah, no.
How old is your dog?
Yeah. That's basically
Yeah, that's to me what kind of got to me, because I was very like driven to do my own podcast, and I finally had the crew, and I had Dan, I had Church, and then I remember Church and Dan got into it, and then he just came and took half of the equipment too,
Or he took the microphone.
or the microphone or something. Yeah, it was just stuff that I was just like, dude, like, why are you being so childish about things? And we had already broke him once into admitting to us that he had done drugs. And he even broke down in here. It's like, no, we're here to help you, bro. Like, we're here. I'm here for you. Like, whatever you need, let's do it. And
Whole
then,
crying session on the spiritual
Spiritual
Echo
Echo
podcast that we started.
yeah, he started crying like halfway through the podcast. And he was just complaining about, or not complaining, crying about how he just didn't know how to do things, and like he didn't know how to ask for help. I'm like, it's fine, bro. Like, that's what we're here for. And then every time I would hit him up, like, hey, let's plan out for the next podcast. We got this guest. We need to do research. We need to do this. He will come like hours late. Hours. Just saying how he, like, one of his excuses was that he passed out because he didn't take his sleeping meds. Tell me, how does that make sense?
That was his excuse for his fucking like next day sluggishness from being too fucked up. He's just, I didn't take my medicine. I was up all night. Whatever.
You know, like, and to me, it's like, dude, if you're doing it, cool. Let's, you know, it's fine. Just admit it. Don't lie to me. That's my biggest pet peeve. Like, you lie to me, dude, I'm calling you off. Yeah, it's like, I already knew. So then every time I would, like, hit him up, hey, were we doing this? Are we doing that? And then he would, like, yeah, bro, we'll do it. Yeah, I'm sober. I haven't done it. I'm like, dude, I didn't ask you if you were sober. I'm asking you, we're going to do, you know, what we said we were going to do. He was like, oh, yeah, we will. And then never showed up, or showed up super late. And I was just like, yeah, I'm done. I just couldn't do it anymore. And then after him and Dan kind of stopped talking, that he felt like I was choosing sides. But no, to me, I was like, I'm putting in work. And I'm going to be with a person who's putting in the amount of work as I am.
Doing business.
Well, I made sure that there was no like, I'm picking sides because I talked to absolutely nobody.
Right.
For a while.
And it wasn't that either. And then when we saw each other at the Art Attack, he came very aggressively to Dan. And I had to get yeah.
Dude, oh my god, I was live on Twitch during that. I had that whole thing live, like, recorded. And I was like, I don't want to talk right now. And he's like, well, just want to blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I told you I don't want to talk right now. So everything you just said, completely null and void. Like, I don't care.
And I just pulled the record. Yeah, I had to push him away from Dan. I'm like, nah, dude. You know what? You came at him way too aggressively.
It's like he saw me live on my phone and he was like, "Oh, this is the perfect time. It's on record of me being nice."
Yeah.
No, because I don't ever record the shitty stuff you do behind of you being passive aggressive and trying to flip the script and make me feel bad. I've already shown the screenshots of the DMs he's all sent me.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. You know what, Dan? Like, would you make up your mind, bro?
Yeah, no. But again, going back to like, I'm glad that all that happened, because if it didn't happen, this wouldn't be going on right now. I wouldn't have known Dan. I wouldn't have known. Well, I guess I would have met you, because we met before that.
Your honestly, your reaction or your thoughts about me might be different, maybe. Because I don't know if Art Attack would have happened for you to. Right. It was that night where you came up to me after, and you're like, "That is very true." Yo, like, actually, you know, you looks like you know what you're doing.
You came true, yeah. And you made the best, like, on that Art Attack. Like, Church put all his people on that big stage, and to me, it was just like, and it was like the worst. I don't want to say the worst.
Maybe it was, bro.
But not the not the best lineup. Let's just put it like that. And then I looked over there where your stage was, and it was full with people. Everyone was listening.
Yeah, I actually didn't talk about this part when we talked about Midwest Vault, but like, there's a lot of people he put on stage that I'm cool with, and are decent artists and are good people and all that. So like, I don't have any hate for him and all that, but he booked things with outside of the intention of business and inside of the intention of personal relationships. And to be successful in business, you have to lead with business first. Everything else comes after. And he's like, oh, I know all these rappers. I can get them on stage and whatever. And that's cool. But, like, that's where we had friction. And we had gotten into an argument on the phone the day after Art Attack, because I felt like, honestly, if it's selfish, I don't really give a fuck. But, like, I felt like I had been slighted for all the work I did booking 507 Live and all that other shit. Because he had the bigger stage when he told me I'd have the same size stage, right?
Yeah.
And we had the better sets. Our performers brought in more people, and we were on, shout out Jay Martinez and his family, because they went to Home Depot and got fucking 4 stacks of like 3/4 MDF and stacked them on top of each other and said, "This is your stage."
Shout out Bird Cup.
Yeah. Shout out Bird Cop. Like, they were loud 20 feet from Mayo Clinic.
And like I said, I was even glad that you guys were back there, because you guys then were bringing the crowd to that direction of the art attack. You know, because we had that difficulty of we had to change the dates, so a lot of the artists that we already had scheduled or set on certain places backed out because they couldn't do the second date of the art show, because the first one had postponed because of the rain that we had.
Right.
So then so it was also a little bit empty on that end of the art attack, and I felt bad for you guys, because again, I was like, it was half empty over there, and then you guys were put over there without even a stage, you know. And I was just like, dude, like, I'm like, Church, what are you doing, my guy? And he just kind of stayed quiet and avoided the whole conversation. I was just like, the whole day at the art attack, I didn't even talk to him. Like, I just couldn't, and I could tell also that he was on one too. It's just, he's kind of good at hiding it. Like, you have to know the guy, know that he's on one.
Yeah. We have a whole bundle of other shit to get into, but we're about to reach the 8 o'clock hour. So if you have music to submit, shout out About That Action in the comments. Our show starts at 8 p.m. on Saturday at Hidden World Vinyl Records in Rochester. Subscribe to the channel, like it, hit the bell, do whatever Eli's doing right now. Okay. Follow our Instagram. Buy a t-shirt on the website, www.darkgemsintl.com.
They kind of nice.
They kind of nice, bro.
They nice.
I got one coming to me right now. And with that, we are going to get into a heat break. So send in your music. We're going to take a heat break, and we'll be right back.
Whether you're starting up or scaling up, work happens everywhere.
Talk to him, Majo. Talk to him, Majo. Okay. Oh, I ain't shit, yeah. We chilling on. That nigga Majo, son. That nigga, man. Yeah. Money man. Bands, racks, loud. Everybody wanna be a gangster. 50 Cent said these niggas wanksters. That boy came to court and point his finger. Nigga, you ain't no rapper, you a singer. Watch them niggas on the 8, they'll stain you. Get caught without that pole, they gon' change you. Eating calamari with my thick bitch. 30 grams in a pot, that's a quick flip. Reaching for my V's, get the whole clip. Op niggas broke, want a biscuit. I can count money with my eyes closed. Put a peephole on my back door. Try to ollie hoop me off the backbone. If you ain't wanna die, what you lack for? Bought my bitch a Birkin, she ain't asked for. Scared of them shots while you crash for. He got hit up in his face with the first shot. Glock up on my switch, left his back hot. I do my money dance, bitch, I don't diddy bop. NOLA City, boy, we got the city hot. Nowadays, niggas talk a lot, but they don't do a lot. All that talking got your brother shot, and now the people hot. Hit you with this switchy if you with it. All this money out here, niggas better go get it. He had his back door open, they put one in his fitted. Close my eyes, nigga, all I see is digits. Brucci's on the beamer, looking like some midget. Swim with the sharks, and we baiting all the fishes. Draco in the nigga house party like Kid and Play. You want a feature, then my nigga know you gotta pay. I drove a hot car, licked some shots and flew back where I stay. It ain't my 8 day, but every day nigga having cake. I told all them broke ass hating niggas stay out my way. I saw them blues in they videos, that shit was fake. They couldn't find a son, so OG caught one to the face. Them bullets burn, nigga, like a can of mace. You can't be worrying about no nigga, move at your own pace. 10 books, 100 bills, nigga, that's real weight. I just made 20 off a back end. They say he tried to run Lil Wally, blew his back in. They said they was getting money, but they was capping. He got shot up in his neck cause he was lacking. All my family 7-4, that bread we stacking. They say them Wally gang niggas got them racks in.
The Armstead County Sheriff's Office is searching for a 20-year-old man in the city of Rochester. He is African American, 5'5" and was last seen wearing a black hoodie. Police have also determined he is mentally unstable and dangerous. His name is. If any information is found, call this number.
Introducing the Betty Crocker Bacon Fill, a delightful new
Mommy thinks so too.
Orogel's safe to swallow, fluoride free, and has great flavors. Orogel, what moms want and kids love.
Eli?
Coupons, good for your favorite General Mills products. So don't delay. Order your Betty Crocker Bacon Fill now.
To order your Betty Crocker Bacon Fill for $19.95 plus shipping and handling, call
507-418-7604. Follow the posters and you'll find me.
I ain't pretend, talking shit about me, wanna hang out on a weekend. Yeah, they scheming, steady scheming. I've been in my room alone, I'm talking to my demons. Bunch of fake friends, playing pretend, talking shit about me, wanna hang out on a weekend. Yeah, they scheming, steady scheming. I've been in my room alone, I'm talking to my demons. Swear that they want me to change, but I never change. I will not fold on the game. Funny how they talking about me, but they never saying the shit to my face. Ay. I just been learning my place. Ay. I just been learning my place. Ay. They asking to link up, I don't ever meet them. Then ask them all how does it taste. Ay. Fuck them, don't need them. I am so evil. I'm feeling like Freeze. Yeah, evil Knievel. I do not feel alright. Diamonds on my neck full of ice. Shoes with the checks all white. Shoes with the checks all white. Yeah, I don't really fuck with no bitches. Homie talk shit, he gon' end up in ditches. I can be fucking with snitches. They don't know Joe from the trenches. Fucking your hoe and she tryna take pictures. She on her knees, but she ain't religious. People talk shit on this like that I'm living. Guess it just all don't see the vision. Bunch of fake friends, playing pretend, talking shit about me, wanna hang out on a weekend. Yeah, they scheming, steady scheming. I've been in my room alone, I'm talking to my demons. Bunch of fake friends, playing pretend, talking shit about me, wanna hang out on a weekend. Yeah, they scheming, steady scheming. I've been in my room alone, I'm talking to my demons.
I want you in my company. You ain't got love for me. You won't get love for free. Yeah, yeah. Do I want you in my company? You ain't got love for me. You won't get love for free. How do I say this? I do not play with people that throw dirt all in my name. It's not in the plan, it's not who I am. You can send that memo over to Pam. I'm politicking about what's with the fam. Jay got the blueprint, I want it in hand. This is that new shit that's all in demand. I'll give it a new twist and bring it to fans. Yeah, yeah. I got the bands, you know, playing for me. Now I'm playing for keeps. I was playing for free, now I will for a fee. Do it to split it with all of my peeps. Promise you all, we all get a piece. I just want peace, war than cheap. What do you need? I gotta eat, I gotta live, I gotta sleep. I'm trying to enjoy the life that I lead. I want to shout out in somebody's speech. Yeah, you can say that you got it from me. A spark is what triggers a lot of the keys. When they on stage, bet a lot of them freeze. But for my team, yeah, I got them at ease. All that we seek is the aim for the peak. But if you a product of greed, well, company. You ain't got love for me. You won't get love for free. Yeah, yeah. Do I want you in my company? You ain't got love for me. You won't get love for free. I don't need yes men. I am open for suggestions. What it do? What's your question? Switch it up, that's my weapon. I don't fuck with that under breath shit. Let me hear you. You gon' do what? I don't fear you. I dealt with that from my peer group. If you chill out, I'ma cheer you. Where you from? What you trying to get into? I'm trying to take over this shit with a pencil and make it so even your ass is essential. I'm honestly cool, but I got some regrets too. Surviving through this check to check, so I'm out for the bread. Trying to do it respectful, with a head full of pressure. My senses I clutch. I want some good news, I'm knowing that much. All that we've been through, we can't lose our touch. Some people think the support is a crutch. I'll take that thinking and light that shit up. Whether you friend or you wifing me up, we'll keep that energy right in the cut. This is the moment we start moving up. What? Do you want me in your company?
Stay on your toes. Wise man to reap what you sow. Stay on your toes. You know? Yeah. Ain't no sympathy out here. The world is cold. A wise man said you reap what you sow. It don't matter what's on your feet. Stay on your toes.
We are back on the Dark Gems INTL podcast. We are 53 minutes away from our music submission at 9 p.m. So if you have music to submit, hit the Dark Gems INTL link in the description and send us your music. We don't care if you go on Audacity and you record some bullshit on a YouTube beat. We don't care. Submit it.
Can we be harsh?
We will flame you. We
Yeah.
hope you have a
Be harsh, man. Be
humiliation
honest,
kink
yeah.
because we're going to capitalize on
Honest,
it.
not just-
So send in
Be
your music
constructive,
and we will make your day, if you know what I mean.
Fair.
Back on the podcast, episode 15, we got Jose Manolo, we got Zay3, we got Eli, and we are talking art. We're talking about our third camera died, apparently.
The light's on.
Yeah, the light's on
It just shifted to it.
Love that.
Oh, nice.
At least the pictures so they know who they are.
Dude, we still got one more camera than a lot of podcasts. You know what I'm saying? We only lost half a camera.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm just somewhere out there talking to you.
Or this way.
That camera can get you in.
I can.
Did you unplug it and plug it back in?
We've only been using those two cameras.
That's over there.
Very much.
Just lean back here.
Here, grab one of these chairs. All right. Anyway, continue, Blake.
So, I was doing some research on like clubs in Rochester last night over the past 30 years. Just like surfing through old newspaper clips and stuff like that for like an hour.
Aquarius.
And so like I was learning about Aquarius, I was learning about
Yes.
McMurphy's, I was learning about the original Dooleys, I was learning about the Wild Moose.
I made a song
I was
about
learning
that.
about this place called Jake's in the middle of nowhere that got like national attention.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
There was this place called Jake's. It was in rural Minnesota. I think it was in southern Minnesota. And it was a strip club. And he opened it on like on land that was originally zoned for residential land or something like that.
Huh.
And he had this huge dispute. Like it was a popular club because it was like one of the few like strip clubs in the fucking general area, right?
Mhm.
And he ended up.
How long ago was this?
This was in the this is in like 2007.
What? Well, I guess I would have been too young to know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
me
yeah.
too.
And he went like to battle with the local city government because of the zoning laws and some shit like that. But they weren't looking to like rezone or like help their successful local business or anything like that. They just decided to like strong arm shut it down. And what he ended up doing is because the town he had the club in only had 136 people. What he ended up doing is he just went door to door and had a bunch of people sign up to be like citizens of that like county or whatever. And he ended up getting 95 votes together, which is obviously a good portion of 136 to vote to keep the club open. And the city still shut it down. And then they tried to lock him up for like some type of fraud or something like that, like voter fraud or something. And then he got out of prison and he reopened it in 2011 as a liquor store. And then that closed and then he disappeared.
You talk about Wild Moose because that's a Rochester place.
Yeah, so Wild Moose, right?
Well, you can't talk about Wild Moose.
Wicked Moose. It's Wicked Moose.
Wicked Moose, yeah. Without talking about Aquarius.
Yeah, Aquarius opened in the early 90s. That was a legit dance club, and it was open for 20 years.
My mom went to that shit.
Right.
I went to it, bro. They had teen nights. I remember they were teen nights, and I was going in since I was 10.
What's a teen?
Yeah, teen night. Like, it was just for teenagers.
Oh, you teen? I thought you said teen.
No,
like,
teens.
Go and sit
So
teen
it
nights.
was like teen night. So they would let anyone who had a school ID, anyone who had a school ID that you showed that you were in middle school or high school, you could go. But I got my ways with security. So I didn't have to provide anything because one of the security guys would like me. So there were like a bunch of like 10-year-olds, 9-year-olds going to things where there was just nothing but 18 and younger.
Yeah.
It was cool though. It was popping. You know, there was like they had dance battles. It was pretty neat.
One of our guests, I won't say who, that we've had in the life of this podcast, served coke outside of Aquarius when he was 14.
What?
Yeah. He's like, that's my memory of it. He's like, I was serving coke outside of there.
Well,
And I'm
I mean,
like, oh, that's great.
my
That's
biggest
cool.
memories of that place were the fights. I remember there was once, and this is one of the reasons why they shut down Aquarius, at least from what I recall from my personal memories, was that there was a huge fight, and I think it was a gang fight, to be honest. But I remember there was just like a big fight right on Marion Road. People were just crossing the street and fighting in the middle of the road and stuff.
Damn.
Like cops got called, and the cops was just arresting anyone they saw. And me and my friends, we weren't part of that fight, but we were there, so we like ran to the cemetery to get to the trailer courts that were right next to it. It was some crazy times back in those days.
Okay.
But yeah, that's why I say you can't talk about Aquarius without talking about Wicked Moose.
No,
That's what led to Wicked Moose.
Yeah, so basically what happened with Aquarius is they kind of, like, near the end of Aquarius, which is in the late 2000s, they shifted into something called McMurphy's / Aquarius, and that's what their Facebook page is still today.
Oh, really?
Even though it closed almost 15 years ago, right?
Yeah, the building's not even there, yeah.
Yeah, and it was called McMurphy's / Aquarius. And in 2009, I think, like, it was when Aquarius closed, and the owner moved downtown to open Dooley's.
Oh,
right?
interesting. I didn't know it was the same owner.
And at the same time, the building wasn't vacant for very long because new owners came in, or like a partial new ownership, and they started the Wicked Moose, which was open from 2010 to 2017.
Yeah.
Right, and it closed a year before I got here. Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which I think is a coincidence because it was like Phoenix type moment, burn all this shit down, restart from the bottom. if I'm gonna be that fucking egotistical and that fucking self-centered. But yeah, Wicked Moose was cool because they would bring in like legit talent. It was like B and C level celebrities, but still like you would have like good acts come to town. They'd perform at the Wicked Moose.
Yeah.
And after a while, I forget what happened with them, but in 2017 they just made an announcement. They're like, yeah, we're gonna wait until our liquor license expires in March, and then after that we're done.
We're done.
And then they demolished it, and now it's an apartment complex.
It is.
So yeah,
I think it had a lot to do with the part of town at the time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just that part of town, that southeast part of town, and Rochester has always been a bit rocky, I would say. I feel like, in my opinion, that's probably why. But if they didn't announce it, it must be their own reason.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So when I say RED and stuff like that, there's like plans I've put together with other people from around here and some connects I still have in Chicago to build like a legit entertainment district, or at least invest in certain properties that are already constructed to like have your nightclub plus like late night eatery plus like I don't know a little space for a nice 24-hour Mexican restaurant because that's necessary to me.
Well, there's one opening in Rochester.
I know Gilberto's, bro, and it's taken forever.
I know.
Bro, we need more than that.
Pull up over here.
We need more. We need more.
We need the whole.
You can
store.
never have enough.
You can
Honestly,
never have
we
enough
just need to get a
Mexican options.
warehouse.
Yeah.
It's always been my dream, just a big ass warehouse.
Yeah.
And like
of Mexican food.
Okay, not.
I was gonna say
no
like,
for more than just Mexican. I mean, maybe I'll have one in there.
They should
But
sell showers.
just a big ass warehouse. I could have like a studio somewhere. Low key have like a little car shop at the bottom.
Oh,
So,
like an art
extra
warehouse.
money, and get my shit fixed, obviously, because I love my cars. Niggas know if niggas know me, like they know I love cars. I love cars.
Ricers, ship out.
I'm not no ricer though. I had a Jetta, I have a Jetta, and I have a Chrysler Crossfire. Niggas don't know about the Crossfire.
Yeah, you need to talk about the Chrysler Crossfire because
That
I saw
shit,
that. I'm like,
it's like a Benz
what?
collab
Bro.
with Chrysler, and so it's based on like the SOK. I want to say like 300, 280, something around there. And like even if you look in the engine, like all the parts are like labeled and have like Mercedes-Benz stickers on them. Even the key has motherfucking Benz logo on it. But obviously on the outside, it's Americanized, has Chrysler badges all over. But it's sick. Spoiler
It's still
comes
fire,
up
though.
when I hit like 65, or I can put that bitch up and down. I love that car. Rear wheel. Oh my God, in the fucking snow. Nigga, I took that bitch to Target. Nigga. Oh my God. That shit's so fun.
they don't even know about that.
They don't even know about it. I used to have to
Nothing
do
at
that
all.
shit in reverse in the Jetta because it's front wheel.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have a whole boat of cars, I think.
Oh yeah. Once
gonna
I'm
be
up
shipping
like that,
them.
nigga. Oh my
Yeah.
God. And
It's
I'm
gonna
not
be
gonna be
crazy.
buying no Huracans, none of that bullshit. I'm gonna just be buying like regular shit and just upgrading the fuck out of it.
Yeah. Another thing I was thinking about is like,
I love the Huracan.
like
I'm
the
so scared
value
to
of
drive
like
a fast car.
Okay, I'm not
Bringing-
scared.
bringing in talent and investment from the outside is so important too. Like
Yeah.
you know,
From India.
would you keep saying the bad biddy or something like that? Remember
The big baddie.
the big baddie, right?
The
big biddy. Yeah,
The boogeyman.
the boogeyman. Yeah, but like there was one time I was just like talking with Dabo Fly about this because Dabo Fly is a cocky motherfucker like me, you know.
He just looked like it too.
His brand is intelligent. His brand is fantastic. And I was like, dude, like everybody keeps saying like there's these issues with Mayo business wise, and they're gonna control like, you know, the ecosystem here and all that. If Mayo is the big shark, what happens when you bring in a bigger shark?
Like, who you gonna bring
I
in?
feel
The
like that's what
fucking
they-
National Guard? Like,
Mayo's not the biggest company on earth.
No.
who you bringing in then? Who you thinking of bringing in?
Target.
Target.
I'm not gonna
Bud
say.
Light.
Bud Light.
I mean,
Not Bud
IBM though
Light.
has to be within the top 10 at least, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah, for
IBM
sure.
has also gone downhill.
Oh right.
Their
I
investment
forgot.
in the Rochester location is not the
Yeah.
same.
They,
as it
I
used
know
to be.
they
yeah.
did start like revamping themselves. I know they like fired a bunch of niggas. They are still upgrading their facilities and shit. That big ass.
Yeah, you drive through that parking lot through Target, it's
Yeah.
empty
It's
all
empty,
the time.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it is
Always empty. It's
But
like
they're
people
doing
just use it for
some.
buses.
They're doing some though. That's what I've heard at least. That's what I heard.
They got aliens in there.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Weren't we
Mayo-
talking about that? We're talking about somebody having aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah.
When?
Somebody's hiding. We talked about that one pot. Who was I talking with?
That wasn't me.
Not
huh?
here.
Or I was just too fried to remember.
Maybe I think you mean which term aliens do?
Like
talking
immigrants
about-
or aliens?
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking
about my
bleep
people,
orps.
or you?
I'm talking about bleep orps from outer space,
Oh
bro.
shit! You mean Floridians?
I wouldn't be surprised because Mayo do have like a facility over by like I guess there's a bunch of different spots for rich people houses, but there's one I want to say like more south side-ish, not even south side-ish, but wherever the fuck it is, they do have a big ass like facility, and that bitch is like fenced off, obviously, and it's like no trespass, you know, the usual shit.
Yeah.
And,
Here?
like, yeah, in Rochester, yeah, like just on the outskirts. I want to say
Outskirts.
Mayo has a facility by the airport where like they burn all their like bio
biochemical weapons.
Whatever it is.
If we didn't have Mayo,
Burning cities.
Yeah.
Rochester.
Well,
would be
I
like
just
a
know that
nuclear
if
site.
fucking zombies
Just
start
be
to
testing
attack, and
bombs
this
on
is
us.
like ground zero.
It's in Nuketown.
Nuketown, yeah.
Bro, do you think about it though? Like, if there ever was a zombie outbreak, I feel like Mayo Clinic area would be a hotspot because Mayo would be
Oh,
like,
for sure.
we're gonna test this shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna be the ones that come up with zombie X.
Zombies, yes.
Or whatever.
That's
We're
what I'm
gonna-
saying. Like, I feel like it would be ground zero. It would be like this is Raccoon City.
Yeah.
Low key.
This is Raccoon City. That's what this is.
Mayo knows
Don't
this
speak into existence the next pandemic coming from here.
shit. No, Mayo knows
It's
this shit.
zombies.
I'm just
You
gonna
know,
be
I
walking
kinda
out
welcome
the gym
it.
one day.
I'll be like,
and
you know
blood
what?
is gonna
Let's
come out of
do
my
it.
eyes.
Yeah. We've been through this before.
Yeah.
We're gonna turn into dying light real quick. We're just gonna have a big ass
see
wall
what's
around us.
Oh my god.
That'd be
Kind of miss
sick.
it. I am not gonna lie. I kind of miss that time,
What?
Which time?
like COVID time.
Why?
Why?
You have to talk to nobody.
Finally had time to do shit.
Oh.
For real, I had an excuse to stay the fuck home.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Oh yeah, when my job closed for like 2 months and they still paid us for like I don't know 2 to 4 weeks of that, maybe more. I don't know what it was, but
Dang it,
like
man.
I was
Fuck Target.
fuck Target for real, bro.
Sorry.
They won't let me back
I love
in if
some
I
of y'all,
wanted to.
but fuck, man, y'all didn't give me no raise and wanted me to run the whole store.
No, it's fuck Target, bro. It's horrible.
No, I was in the. Well, I'm
We shoot targets.
Hmm?
I mean, metaphorically.
Everybody
Womp
works
womp.
at Target at some point in their
Yeah,
life. I feel.
it's a life lesson.
Mine was Walmart.
It's a, what's it called? Canon event.
Target or Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah, Walmart.
Canon event.
So I worked
Oh.
at Sam's Club. That's owned by Walmart.
Yeah,
so
that's- that
counts,
works,
right?
that works,
God damn it!
yeah.
Fuck. All right.
Yeah, that's pushing it.
Have you worked at Target or Walmart?
Me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I've only worked at the hospital, to be honest.
Oh, really?
You
Well-
don't belong here. Nah, I'm just kidding.
It's high time that you work at a big box store retail giant.
Yeah.
I worked
I was
at the
gonna go work at
hospital.
Best
We're
Buy.
over here
Yo,
talking
you gotta
shit
work at
about
Target.
Mayo.
It's gotta be.
Target or
I don't
It's
wanna work
gotta
at
be
Target.
one-stop shop.
That's
retail.
the whitest place on earth, bro. You
Target,
know
if you really want to
No,
get
it's
out
actually
quick.
red.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's the most Native American place on earth, bro. Like,
Target?
Yeah, they'll scalp your fucking head if
Huh?
if you're not
Bro,
white, bro.
that's a three-dimensional joke. Wow, I can't believe he took it there. Wow.
Wow.
That shit went over his
Oh,
fucking head. He
bruh.
turned around, snatched that bitch, and said, "I'm in control of it now."
Scout me.
We had
That's the whitest place ever. Actually, it's red. Yeah, you're right. That's the most Native American place ever. That's what just happened.
They
I
scout
mean,
people.
bro, we had the Washington Redskins for how many years? Like 45 years. And what do we do?
Washington
to them?
football team.
Yeah, the Washington
It
football
was
team.
more than 45
They created
years.
Target, bro.
I think it was.
Did not make Target.
I think it was at least
The
65.
Redskins made Target.
The Redskins were around.
Was it RG3? He's our CEO of Target. What even happened to that nigga? Isn't he like a fucking like
He's a
an announcer
sportscaster now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to the fucking dog?
You mean John Madden?
The dog?
The Target dog.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they put him down, bro.
What?
He died a while ago.
Yeah, they took him to the back.
Bullseye.
Same
he
with the
been
Taco
dead.
Bell dog. We don't see him anymore.
Bro got too old. They
You got ran the fuck over.
That's true.
I ran
They hit him
over
with the Taco Bell mail.
put that motherfucker. in
They
the
put him
bag.
in the bell.
Put him in the
Dan,
bag.
just-
Dan, I just texted you.
Hit him like
that for
yeet.
tech. Check your messages.
You wanna know how?
Oh,
you wanna know how I
dang,
know that
okay.
Target is a white
Email
place?
it to me.
They have a
show you.
Starbucks inside.
Discord. They have a star. Wait,
Here.
what are you talking about?
They have Starbucks in fucking Target.
I'm sorry, I'm like shivering. Yeah. But continue.
Oh, do you need a hug or something?
No, I'm cold.
okay.
Yeah.
You need a hug? Okay, what about the Starbucks and Target?
That's the whitest thing ever.
Is this
Well,
how
no,
is?
in
It's
Target.
called business, nigga. We live in Rochester. Why would they not be doing white stuff?
Yeah, you're right. I don't see that.
Minnesota.
bro.
No, there's like girls being like, oh, so you have a lot of, like, I say something and like, oh, you have a lot of experience with white women. I'm like, no shit, nigga. We live in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm a white girl type of guy.
Did you know?
He's a milkman.
No.
He admitted it.
Poggers.
No.
Milkman Pogger.
No.
Blake isn't a milkman, apparently.
I'm not a milkman.
Are you? You said no.
Am I not?
Blake
I
lets
don't know.
people.
You
milk
tell me.
him.
I don't know who you talk to. Are you talking to different ethnicities?
Blake's
Yeah,
got-
I do.
Are you keeping the
Yeah,
roster
I do.
diverse?
Yeah. Somebody asked me once, they're like, "What's your type?" I'm like, "My type is beautiful women." I'm like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
You should go to Thailand.
BBW.
Like, why do I have to choose? Like, I don't know. I feel like if you have like an ideal like partner or woman or whatever, and there's like in your head what they look like, I feel like you're selling yourself short by a lot.
Mm.
You ever thought about like, do you think it'd be good to date the woman version of yourself?
No.
Really?
Because
It
I think you have
depends.
to have differences that like balance you out.
You just hate yourself. Like.
But at
Yeah,
the
I would
same
get
time-
annoyed by my flaws.
I will say, like, if you did, like, let's say she's like basically like female version of you, right?
Yeah.
Then like
Like with those AI filters, where it's literally like
yeah,
what I would look like as a woman. Keep
but
going.
like if she is self-aware and is like understands the flaws that she has, but she's also like you, then she'll also understand like where you're coming from a lot. But I feel like she has to have that self-awareness for it to be something where it's like she's filling in the gaps for you, like it would be with someone who's much different than you.
I feel like that's just dating myself to a like.
It's like dating your sister.
Yeah.
Well, obviously there's not like exact. Like this person still has different life experiences and stuff, but it's just like you and a lot. Y'all have a lot in common. Like
Wait,
a lot
so
in common.
is the concept of the question more so like if I dated myself aesthetically too, right?
Oh, aesthetically too. I was saying like the woman, like more realistically. I was saying more realistically.
Like
Maybe
you're
I'm
talking
just
about
off.
personality, or are you talking about?
Yeah.
She
You're not talking about aesthetically.
No.
She got the same
Not
shoe size
no.
as you.
It's a valid question.
I didn't think that's what you were talking about. Holy
She's
That's what
wearing
I'm
your
talking about.
boxers, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
boxing. Wearing my
No,
boxers.
she is a boxer actually.
She is a
She's a
boxer.
pro boxer.
Yeah, she's MMA.
She's a middleweight. Knock you out.
Upcoming Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. That's what the female version of me does. Fights in UFC.
Fights. Yeah, that's nice.
I don't know where we were going. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Wicked Moose
honestly.
closed in 2017.
Oh, yeah, shit, yeah.
Yeah, and since then it's been downhill because then there was downtown and there was stuff going on there, and then Dooley shut down during COVID because they kept giving people COVID.
Yeah, fuck.
That's
you,
what
man.
happened, bro. That's what
Yeah.
happened. That's
No,
what
yeah.
happened. God, that's what happened.
Yeah, I
There was
remember,
other things, right?
I remember seeing not only a video, but I think it was even an article or something like that. But I remember one of the managers from another restaurant had gone down to Dooley's during COVID, and she was pouring literally alcohol on people's mouths. Like she was standing on the bar,
What?
and just like pouring alcohol on people's mouths right in the middle of the pandemic.
Bro, Dooley's
What's wrong
was
with
the
that?
most unhinged part
Alcohol.
of Rochester. Like there was
kills
fights.
the bacteria.
Some dude got shot.
Legends.
Just don't drink
It
out
literally
the
was
bottle.
Legends
Just pour
2.0.
it.
Yeah, it was Legends 2.0 because it wasn't Legends and it was Dooley's. If it wasn't Dooley's, it was Legends.
I
So
mean-
it was either one.
Legends got shut down first, and then it was
Yeah,
Dooley's.
Then it was Dooley's.
They're
Isn't
like,
that
hey, you two
technically
suck.
healthier than just get like serving drinks? Because all
If-
she's doing, all
if
she's
the
doing is
pitcher-
standing on the bar. She is pretty far away. If she's even like, she's at least 5
She's
feet.
wasting
The
so
pitcher
much
was
money though.
sterile,
Yeah,
and she washed her hands before.
yeah. But you have to
She
do that
wasn't
anyway.
breathing
before you-
on it or anything like that.
Yeah, if she wasn't
And
just
everybody
like
else was
taking shots
a
off the
decent
bar.
distance from each other.
So
Because if she's standing on the bar, niggas are sitting. If she's at least 5 feet tall, that's
What if
You
she's
know.
4'11"?
she's still 4.
Health code.
Get the
4'11".
business
That's
stool.
pretty short.
But no,
and she's
so-
pouring it. You know, you don't even have a cup that you have to worry about being dirty. So like,
Minnesota though has like one of the
maybe
more
you're onto something.
restricted like bar laws. So like doing this and doing that, like even bars if they get caught pouring more than like 1.5 whatever the fuck, like they heavily get fined for that. Not only are they doing that, they're wasting so much money at the bar. I mean, you pay 30
so niggas
bucks a
got
bottle.
fined to death.
Drinks are what, $5 to $10 a piece with only like a shot and a half worth. Like you could make like almost $1,000 off of one bottle, and she's just wasting the whole bottle. Yeah, so I can understand where she probably got fired.
Well, like I said, no, she didn't even
Have a
work in
grand
that
waste.
restaurant.
She didn't even.
She was a manager from another restaurant, which I don't even know if I should say which restaurant it was.
Say which restaurant it was.
Crave.
Oh,
But no, she was here
Wait, she worked
temporarily.
there?
She was originally from Iowa and came to help open Crave. She was hired to come and manage the new management
Oh.
for Crave. So she was only here temporarily. She was just visiting. But we got to know her because one of my friends was he started working there. So then I met her and then I saw her on the video and I was just like, oh shit, like shit just got real there.
That's crazy how you go from like a bougie establishment to like
real.
standing on the bar, just like
like fucking Coyote Ugly in
like
Minnesota.
for real house party shit, just pouring niggas.
Yeah, it was crazy when I saw that.
Do you remember that event that like you'd get the text the night of where to go?
Oh, I mean, there's lots of that around. That's nothing new.
What
to be
was
honest
that
with you.
for?
I don't know what it
When
was in
was that?
Rochester.
Here?
But
Yeah, here.
Some like some mischief shit.
Cause like what's Legends? What is that?
Bar?
That was a bar.
It was a bar.
Yeah.
It's closed now.
Is that the one where the Garden's at right now?
No.
No.
So Legends is
The
if
Garden,
you're coming
do you know where Garden is?
down Broadway
Nothing?
from like where the arcade and everything is,
was
like
nothing
past where Michael's was and all that, and then you take the left to go to the government center. It's like in there.
It's between
downtown.
Crave and Tarza, whatever that.
Yeah, it's right up against the canal, river, whatever you want to call it, the Rochester waterway.
Which is also a historical building. That's why originally they were saying they were going to demolish the building.
Yeah.
But then the people fought for it because it's a historical building.
For Legends?
Yeah,
Okay.
where Legends is.
Yeah.
Or was.
Yeah, I mean, the landscape for the night
said
scene
your bio.
in
It's a website,
the 507 has changed dramatically. I mean, Rochester
you're just
being one
mad.
of the big influences. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that they closed down Legends and Dooley's, which
And
were like
Dooley's.
the two biggest like bars in
That was
Rochester.
supposed to be my big break, nigga. I made a song. I was going like, oh yeah, y'all gonna play this in the bar. No. Wasn't happening.
Yeah, we need people that are just willing to take a little risk, man. Just dip your feet in the
Just
culture
jump
a
off the
little.
bridge, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing it.
Jump, you pussy!
You don't even know if you're gonna die. You haven't tried it yet.
Do a
Like,
flip.
you don't know until you know.
Yeah.
How do you know if
It's-
someone's gonna
it's
die from this?
dangerous.
No one's tried it yet.
Hey, you
Right.
should counsel with gambling addicts.
Yeah, now they're trying to fucking like tax it, overtax pull tabs. That shit don't make no sense to me. I'm like, niggas aren't making money. Why are you mad?
Why don't we have a casino here? Because you know Treasure Island has all those
Well, because everybody
people
goes
come
Treasure
there.
Island.
Yeah, but why don't we have a casino here?
Add it to the
Treasure
RED.
Island.
Doctors
Because
want to
there's
spend their money.
no reservations.
Yeah.
To open a
We need-
casino, they have to legally be
Where's
on
the
a
Washington
reservation.
Redskins reunion?
What if
We keep talking about the
push?
Redskins.
What if we push legislation through by paying off a ton of politicians to create about, I don't know, maybe like 4 acres of land and just reserve it for Native American tribes, and it'll happen to be on the same block as the RED.
Hey man,
And then
if you
there
want to
just
go
happens
back,
to be a casino there.
if you want to go back and rewrite the like native treaty or whatever
I
they
will.
called it,
I will.
mean, more power to you.
If that's what it
Or as
takes.
a time machine. Let us
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Or just giving them more
No.
land. I don't see the issue.
Yeah.
But a little thing, I mean, I've been seeing. Speaking of gambling, like the whole, the Minnesota lottery is now at $1 billion. Like, everyone's looking at that big $1 billion and they're like, oh my god, that's a lot of fucking money, but they don't realize how much tax you have to pay on that.
On that.
You still
You're
get
gonna
like
be getting
400
like
million.
maybe 400,000 out of that.
Okay, not 400,000.
No, for real,
Yeah.
bro.
I thought you still got mills.
No, no, okay, maybe like 400 million. Sorry.
Yeah.
I meant to say
Yeah.
400 million.
I was gonna.
But
I was
that's
like
400 mil
400,000.
is 400 mil.
out of $1 million. It's
400
pretty close to
mil,
that.
400 mil.
500,000-600,000.
But like it's higher than it was. So instead of like just having the fucking like $800 million pot and you only getting like whatever the fucking percentage is, you
Yeah.
still getting more.
What's the point of taxing it? They're giving out the money. Why would they tax their own
Because it's
money?
free money.
Yeah, because you had to pay
It's
a
like
dollar for
a-
it.
The state's got to get some money somehow.
It's like a prize tax or something like that.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. Like a reward tax.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Man, what the fuck's Tim Walz doing?
That's just crazy.
It's not just
That's a federal thing,
I feel
bro.
like
That's federal.
everybody-
Yeah.
It's like all those
Fuck Tim
checks.
Walz.
That, like,
It's not even your fault. Fuck you.
what was it, like 2010? Anything
Could
like
change
2000
it,
up to
though. I don't think
2010,
about it.
where you'd
Kill
see those
Tim Walz.
commercials of like people receiving the big ass checks at their door.
We're not killing Tim
Oh,
Walz.
sign up for this, and you could be part of that. Like, you're literally just giving them a couple grand. You're not even
Wow.
giving them the full 10,000. Here's a big ass check. Take a picture. Have a good day.
Alright, later.
Here's your month. Here's your rent for a month. Like, see you next year. What do you want us to
Yeah,
do?
that's just crazy.
The lottery is the biggest scam in the world, bro. Biggest scam in the world.
Do they do lotteries in other places in the world? Does anyone know?
Uh,
Was it just U.S.?
I think Vietnam does, and
Vietnam lottery.
a lot of other like Pacific Asian countries do.
I think Japan has lotteries too.
Yeah,
they got those
I know
jingle
Japan
machines.
does, but
Yeah.
So Japan specifically has what's called the Plinko,
Oh, Plinko.
right? So you don't win actual money
Anime
from
ass
Plinko,
nigga.
but you win prizes. So you rack up a certain amount of score on the Plinko, and then you redeem that
to get whatever you. Yeah.
Yeah,
that
and
makes sense.
it's anything from like cigarettes to
A new wife
sunglasses and maybe a new TV if you're an addict. But yeah, no,
that
there's
makes sense.
in Japan there's no actual money transaction. It's prizes. That's why there's thousands of fucking arcades with
Everywhere.
like claw machines and shit like that. Like there's all of that, but there's no actual gambling.
Damn. But they are lonely as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Shit, even Mexico do lotteries.
Really?
Do they?
Yeah, that's what it said.
I bet the cartel runs that shit though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
You should get like
There was
you
a
just get a bunch of bricks.
You getting taxed with your
There was a
wife.
short like YouTube doc that I watched about like this thing that Pepsi did, I think in Japan, or maybe it was Vietnam or like one of the South Asian countries.
It's probably Japan.
And
It would make
they,
sense. Yeah.
It was like one of those bottle cap prize things where like if you get a certain number on your bottle cap, you win $1 million.
Yeah, they
But
also had a
accidentally
video game.
printed more than one winner.
Yeah.
So they had a ton of winners out there, and you had like all these people trying to redeem. And there was a Pepsi factory or like corporate center in this country, and like all these people like rioted there and shit because they're like, "Where the fuck is my money?"
The plan was they were gonna have it be nationalized, and they had all the codes and everything set up. But then they were like, "No, it's gonna be a local thing only for Japan." But they had everything printed and ready to send through.
So it got,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So they're like,
That's
"Oh,
crazy.
uh-oh.
A bunch of angry people.
We fucked up. We fucked up. How did we get 2 winners from Japan?" I don't know.
Honestly, we should just go to like every country that has lotteries and just like try to play all of them and see if we get one.
You ever see the
bucket list?
There's
I
a
guess they do
Japanese
have, like,
game
20
show
here, though.
where this dude, he lived in an apartment, butt ass naked, and he's had to survive off of like sweepstakes.
Yeah.
And the whole goal was you had to win $1 million in prizes from these sweepstakes. So he would like order things like rice and a cooker. He had like dog food set to him. It was the worst thing ever, bro. He finally reached the 1 million goal, and they're like, "All right, cool. We're gonna take you to a trip in Korea." And they gave him a suit, and they were like, "All right, have fun." Blah 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 blah. Then they said, "All right, one last thing. Put this blindfold on." Brought him to another house in Korea.
Oh no!
It said you got to pay for your pay ticket home using the sweepstakes. So he had to accumulate 50,000 yen worth of sweepstakes in Korea, not knowing the language. Did it? He would reach it, not telling him. Go, okay, now we're gonna go to business class.
I'm just taking a walk.
So now it's like 56,000 yen. Reach that. Oh, now we're gonna go for first class.
And then this was a show?
Yeah. This was a show,
crazy.
and it started out as just like, we're going to film some stuff and broadcast it, to now it's a 24-hour live stream. And we didn't tell him this at all.
That's crazy. Did he volunteer to do this? Was he?
Yeah, it was like, there's a room full of people, and like, you get picked, and he was like an underground comedian in Japan, and he was trying to make his big debut. And it took almost 2 years.
And what happened? What was the outcome of it? Did he...
The outcome of it was they ended up blindfolding him again, bringing him into like this big broadcasting stage where they had like a mock room of the exact same room set up, put him naked and everything in there, and then all of a sudden all the walls fell, and he was in a room full of people. Hasn't seen anybody, hasn't talked to anybody for almost 2 years, and now he's overrun in a room full of people clapping and laughing at him, and he's like, what the fuck?
Did he get any money out of that? Like,
oh yeah, no, he got very famous. For
he
doing
did.
it.
Okay.
Very famous.
At least not just
something
like
out of it.
go into cardiac arrest.
Dude, he starved for days.
That's such a bad dream.
And ate dog food. He ate dog food for like a month. Because he didn't have
To be
rice.
fair, the macros in dog food are fucking crazy, bro. You know how much the protein to carbohydrate
You have something to
ratio
say,
is?
buddy?
Did you watch that TikTok?
And to be fair, it is
yes, I
Japan,
did.
so
I
there's
think
no
we saw
like.
the same thing.
Blake is a real dog. He be
Bro,
eating dog food.
Don't eat dog food, bro. Just eat a regular
I
fucking
don't
meal.
eat dog food.
I got that
okay?
dog in me.
Oh my
But
God.
I saw this dude on
This
TikTok.
bro bought a bag of kibbles
and
to try it.
This is gonna be the new thing.
Bro, I'm
He
just-
ate him begging strips.
listen,
Blake eats
Listen.
dog food.
listen. I happen to be a protein aficionado, and there was this one gym rat that was on my
me
TikTok
too.
feed, and he was like,
He's letting TikTok influence
He's
him.
like, bro, I didn't do it. Oh my god. He was like,
I don't care.
He's like, bro, have you
Taking you to
seen?
court.
He like showed the nutrition facts of dog food. He's like, have you seen how much protein is in dog food and all this? He's like, I'm gonna replace this for my main meals and stuff like that. And then he starts. It's like meal 1, and then he takes the first bite. He's like, no, fuck this.
No.
Because like
Dog food.
And ever since
dog
then, you've
food.
been eating vegan strips.
And ever since then, I've been eating Purina Plus for the past 3 weeks. Yeah.
Does it get the sensitive stomach one though?
Yeah.
So
yeah, you
for-
got to dip it in some ketchup.
For a
And
better
you-
term,
Oh my God.
Blake's got that dog in him.
For real. For real. For real.
For real.
Literally.
Bro, howling at the moon.
Wait, aren't you Cambodian?
Oh, German.
And Cambodian.
German.
He's lying. He got that dog in him too. Roof. Literally.
I didn't do World War II though.
You weren't born, nigga. No shit.
Yeah, my ancestors might have though.
Okay, Genghis
I did
Khan.
do Vietnam, but I fought on the winning side.
This is Genghis Khan's second coming.
That's Chinese. No, that's Mongolian.
Mongolian.
Fuck the Mongolians. They got some good food though.
They got some good chicken.
Who hot? Who hot?
Oh. I remember I ate hoo-ha. Next day went to drink. Oh my god, it all came back.
You know, at least the
It's-
Mongolians.
It gotta get back.
Careful, I'm a manager there.
Hold on. At least
Wait, for real?
at least Genghis Khan killed 7.5 million people,
It's
so
not
we could
y'all
have
fault.
hoo-ha.
I shouldn't have drink.
Genghis Khan is just parading through Central Asia. 700 years, they'll taste this fucking hoo-ha, and that's what will matter.
He's got a
You
fucking
boiled niggas for that hoo-ha.
all his people behind him just going who hut, who hut, who hut.
Making noodle bowls and shit back there on the grill.
And if y'all want a hoo-ha discount, hit up dude. He's a manager. He probably not gonna give it to you though.
Probably figure it out.
You could try.
Bro,
Can I get a discount?
I love hitting that. I love hitting that gong.
Let me know.
Bet. Okay, we gonna be in hoo-ha live shows A3.
When do you work next?
I'm gonna be on top of the
At what
stove.
time?
Just grill.
I'll be there at 2
Just
to
grill my
close.
feet live.
2 to close? Cool, we're going to hoo-ha tomorrow.
Shit.
I have to finish this. I have to finish my set before my feet burn.
We're going to Hoo Hut tomorrow, and then we're playing with Pretty Lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, our light's coming tomorrow. Dude, Saturday's going to be so fire.
Oh yeah.
Oh, lights for the show.
We
Yeah.
we
But you
have Dark
meant
Gem's
here.
lights now, bro.
What the fuck?
Yes.
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
It
by
means that we have our own lights
What
Just
the
like just
fuck?
lights.
It says dark
for
gems.
shows.
What the
Yes.
fuck?
Oh, y'all should get like one of them Batman signals.
We'll bring it up on
but just
stream
like a
and
gem.
we'll play it so you guys can
Hey,
see
Dan,
it.
can we do that?
With a projector?
This
I'm
is
sorry, I have
this
ADHD.
is
I just come up with random.
this is
ideas.
what we're bringing
You're
up
creative. It's natural.
for Saturday.
It's not even your ADHD.
This is one of our
Boring.
our wonderful lights that we're going to be playing. This one's called the Intimidator Scan 360.
Most people-
I didn't even know what
not
this
most,
was. He
but
just told me to buy it, so
How many
Table
Americans?
bought
How many
it.
Americans have aged in autism?
Oh, dance.
It's one of the beats that Travis uses.
Or his live stream.
one, and then let me pull up the second one.
It's so annoying.
Oh,
Every
fuck,
time I want to
forgot
drop
what it's
something big
called.
wants to drop. That's how I know I'm on the right path though, because I'm thinking just like them.
They're biting.
Bro, drop it.
They're
Bro.
biting.
They're biting. bro.
Like, hey, Zay3's dropping. We gotta drop right now.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, like last time I tried to drop, Drake was trying to drop. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, I swear
Bro,
these
Drake-
niggas know what I'm doing.
You better go through your following accounts because you know Drake is in there on a burner. He's like burner. He's like, when is it?
And here's the
When is
other,
Zay3
other
dropping,
special
dude?
effect light we got.
Only on the Dark Gems INTL podcast.
Sick.
Speaking of which, we're 16 minutes away from our music review. So if you got music to send to us, click the link in the description and send in your music. And
Maybe
if you
an-
don't have music to submit to us, you better download fucking Audacity right now.
It might be an
and
early stream
Say
tonight,
some
to be
words
honest
on
with
it.
you. We've only got one submission.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Nigga, am I the only one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Submit
before
another.
that,
have to
I
submit
made
another. I have like $70.
couple of announcements that I got.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
So, what was it? August 5th, there's gonna be a not los arcos, los Talascos. It's over at Plainview. They're gonna do a little party over there. So, my crew, the 507 or not 507, AK. We're changing it. So we got AK 507 and AK 47 crew, who we're car crew, based of Texas and here. We're gonna be showing up. So you guys are more than welcome. It's gonna be in Plainview again, August 5th. And then on September 16th, there's going to be a Mexican Independence Day celebration going downtown with music as well. I'm going to be doing some photography down there. So if you guys want to come and swing, say hi, you guys are more than welcome. Huh? Yeah. No, Tarascos. Yeah. So they're going to be playing. I don't know what's exactly going to be going on. I just know that my car crew is going to be there. But I know they're going to have music and food and stuff for the family, so you guys are more than welcome to come. And I am gonna be dropping a new painting on September 16th as well. So,
yeah, send us flyers, dude. Send us the flyers. We'll promote it.
Yeah, definitely.
August 5th, though. That's.
God damn it.
We're in Grand Forks the night before, and then we drive back the day of, and then I'm performing with this guy at Syed's show.
Yeah,
so,
that one wasn't planned by me.
No. It's literally, this is a good thing, though. You know what I'm saying? The fact that there's overlap, and it's like, oh, shit, dude, we both have events on the same fucking day. And it's, you know.
Oh, that's what we want. We want to have, like...
I would have been so disappointed.
That's the goal. We want to have back-to-back shows. We want to have conflicting events. We want to have multiple things going on at the same time.
Yes,
that's the goal.
That's what it should be. Dude,
My own
shout out
toilet,
Sonny
and then I
Eventi.
can go back.
But if Sonny watches this, bro, Sonny, my goal is for Dark Gems to have about 3 to 4 events a week. And I'm sitting at my venue with my event going, and you're at your venue with your event going. And we're just like, you know, competing to see who can fill the room first. And that just brings joy to me. So that's the goal. And that's what's going to happen if you continue doing events in Rochester, which I hope your company does. So
Sunny Soda?
Simple. Sonny Eventi.
Oh.
He's the guy that owns the company that does the Thursdays after party.
Mm.
You're not old enough for that yet.
Nope.
Sucks.
Sucks to suck.
Can you age a little bit, bro?
I'm working on it.
Yeah, jeez.
I have the back pain, so I should be like technically 45.
From what?
Fuck, that's the issue.
I don't know.
I mean, I play a lot of sports.
We got scoliosis.
I like borderline. I might.
Let's just fix that real quick.
Fix what, scoliosis?
Yeah.
I don't think that's
May
how it
already
works.
did it. May already cured cancer. They just don't want to put it out because we got bigger issues in this country.
Okay, to be fair, like the cure for cancer thing, like, yeah, that's great. I know people who have cancer in my family. And
I
know
can't
people
wait
who
for
lost.
this but. I can't wait for you to say but.
But at the same time,
there it is.
Look at India, very overpopulated. We only have so much space
India
on the
don't use
earth.
condoms though.
We only have so much space on the earth. Some things we need niggas to die. Okay.
What do you think COVID was?
What a strange statement. I hope everybody else gets the context. I hope
We're
nobody
overpopulated.
joined the stream and they just hear you say, everybody needs to die.
I mean, we all do at some point, so
Maybe that's why we need guns.
start killing each other.
Just start killing each other. The purge.
Let's
Just start purging everyone, bro.
See,
make it a
exactly. If
GTA
you don't want the
lobby.
purge, we gotta keep some of the bad things like tuberculosis.
Only the strong survive.
Rip my nigga. What's that nigga from Red Dead called?
John Marshall.
Yup. Rip my
John
nigga.
Marshall? No, it's
Literally John
Close
Marshall?
enough.
No.
Close enough. John Marston.
John Marston, or it's...
I went to John Marshall. Fun fact.
Well, which one? The first one or second one?
Oh, Arthur
Second
Morgan.
one.
Arthur Morgan?
Arthur Morgan. Yes.
I don't understand. I hate that thing. A little side tangent. Fuck Star Wars. Fuck Red Dead Redemption. Fuck any other series that decides, oh, we're gonna start at this point in time and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna tell you the story before then, but the numbers are going to be like it's afterward. Does that make sense to you?
Exactly.
So
It's
Red
not
Dead
supposed
Redemption
to.
being the first one, you play out as John Marston, and then you play up to his son. Then the second one, you play everything before then, and you play as Arthur Morgan.
But then there was a game before that called Red Dead Revolver.
Red Dead Revolver, yeah.
Yeah, but had nothing to do with the other two.
Yeah, it doesn't really. So there's like a couple
Why do
Easter
you hate
egg
that,
cameos, but other than that, it's
Yeah,
not.
it's
canon.
not even canon. Yeah,
it's not canon to the game.
But why do you hate it so much?
Because I want to fucking watch number one and know the story, and then chronologically continue on from there. I don't want to fucking go back in time and
To be
spend.
fair, when people are making these games like Red Dead, I feel like, I mean, it is Rockstar, so it's not like they can't do a huge like project and have some continuity. But it's like when they put out a new project like Red Dead, they're trying to see if it hits or not, and then if it hits, they're like, oh shit, well, niggas want another one. And then they're like, well, shit,
So,
what do we do now?
You've probably heard that like Rockstar or Take-Two Interactive, which is the owner of Rockstar,
Right.
they came out and they're like, okay, we got big projects coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it is? A lot of people are saying that it's Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm thinking it's either a bully or my big one is it's another Red Dead Redemption.
No,
I feel like
I
Red
don't
Dead
think they will do
still-
Red Dead
no.
back to back. I think they will have to do something in between, and I really do hoping that it will be Bully, because Bully I think it hit hard.
And
It's
especially
just-
with how like the fans of Red Dead are right now, because there was like literally when I went on Rockstar Games, like their Instagram, like literally even on the GTA post, half the niggas were complaining like, "Oh, revive Red Dead Online, revive Red Dead Online."
Well, you got Red M.
Red M.
Red M is basically the 5M of Red Dead Redemption. It's role playing, online private server hosting for.
Oh, so okay, Red Dead RP.
Yeah, Red Dead RP. So that's what everybody's doing right now.
Okay.
Same thing with 5M. I mean, GTA. Like, no one plays the online. They keep
No.
trying to push it out, and everyone's like,
yeah, it's whatever.
Well, I got RP now. Nigga, I got a fucking Urus.
I literally run a gang in RP. Like, what do you?
Yeah.
Nigga, I wrote songs for niggas on RP.
Right, dude, I work
niggas
for
would
a
hit me up
record
on
label.
Fiverr. I've done like 3 songs for niggas. Like just
Go straight.
dissing random niggas I don't know.
Oh.
No, like 2 of them they
beginning of
wrote, and then the
Retro
other
Life.
one he gave me like his prerequisites and whatever, and then I.
What do you think, Blake? Should we just play one submission and then end it at the 2 hour then?
We can keep going. I mean, we're just talking about bullshit. I'm actually no.
I was enjoying this, yeah, and Eli has a philosophy conversation that he can fucking float forever, bro. Like we were getting deep in it last night. Pause, but
wow.
On which part though?
We can just start talking.
Oh yeah, we could just start talking.
Yeah.
Fuck it, man. I'll say
Okay,
anything.
let's do
I'll
this.
talk it.
I don't see the point of a heat break because we don't have a lot of people in here right now. So let's just hop into submissions and let it roll. So it's Zay3 who drops his project
Very easy.
on late Thursday night / Friday, 11 p.m. Central. Best You Never Heard, Zay3's premiere album. Is this your premiere album?
Premiere? I don't know if I call it that.
How well do you
Is
take
this your
critiques?
debut album?
I have to. It's not my debut. I'm not that up.
I'm a sophomore.
I feel like a debut is when you like blow up off of something and then you put out after.
Freshman album.
How well do you take critiques?
Well,
Okay.
We're gonna shit.
You gotta tear
See,
your
me as an artist, like critiques are important.
well, of course, yeah.
And that's the thing about this town. People can't take critiques.
And at the same time, it's like
Soft.
pussy.
Soft.
I agree.
Soft.
What's Savage say?
Soft.
Pussy.
You're soft.
Pussy.
Close your legs. I can smell
Not
that.
enough people tell me my music sucks. Okay. Soft.
Yeah, I
soft,
tell them every
soft.
day.
Soft. Soft.
That shit is the worst thing I've ever heard.
Thank you, Zay. God.
I was just playing.
Oh my God.
It's good. It's
Do you really believe your own hype that much? I am the hype!
Never did it for me, I did it for us. So it's Chris where niggas run around when shit gets rough. I ain't no gangster, but I'm tough. I'm trying to run it up, I never get enough, but I think that I'll be good if I get fame. Cause niggas already talking on my name.
It's crazy cause my mama really taught me shame. I own her to my shit when I make a mistake. I'm on my business and I still can't get no breaks. How a rumor turn my homies to some snakes. I can't believe it, man, that's really all it takes. That show you wasn't dying anyway. Somebody get this bitch up on my face. Fuck for auto, want the 4-round burst. I'm born on the 13th, nigga, on curse. Always put my hand even if it's the worst. Cause since day one I was working in the dirt. 99 Buick used to take me to work. Now I got a coupe if a nigga tryna skirt. Felt real pain so push it don't hurt. Ain't a bad bitch but I really know my worth. Can't respect a nigga who get placed for wasting beats. That's like throwing a plate of food away, boy, give it to the streets. I just know how niggas finna act. I know they finna cheat, but I'm so sick of competing with niggas who don't watch they sheets. Bet you never heard no opinion, that's the truth, but I ain't finna act, I ain't got shit to prove. So what I'm gon' do, stay locked in the stew, cause I gotta respect my past self-view. Tired of the shit, I ain't tryna be broke, tryna stand on the money, be tired and I hope. Several hundred K for these words I spoke, and fuck any nigga, don't respect that quote. Economy inflated, but top still cheap, so I don't care what a bitch nigga done heard. These motherfuckers keep riding my dick like take a step back, you ain't even tryna flirt. Always on my foot on world shit, so whether it's you or the earth, I'm throwing her the bird. Niggas finna fall off when I come up, so I'm handing out live alert. Yeah.
Mr. Blake Shepard has requested that we run this shit back,
Yes,
which is a good idea because I gotta pee.
Do you really believe your own hype that much? I am the hype!
Never did it for me, I did it for us. So is Chris where niggas run around when shit gets rough. I ain't no gangster, but I'm tough. I'm trying to run it up, I never get enough, but
I think that I'll be good if I get fame. Cause niggas already talking on my name. It's crazy cause my mama really taught me shame. I own her to my shit when I make a mistake. I'm on my business and I still can't get no breaks. How a rumor turn my homies to some snakes. I can't believe it, man, that's really all it takes. That show you wasn't dying anyway. Somebody get this bitch up on my face. Fuck for auto, want the 4-round burst. I'm born on the 13th, nigga, on curse. Always put my hand even if it's the worst. Cause since day one I was working in the dirt. 99 Buick used to take me to work. Now I got a coupe if a nigga tryna skirt. Felt real pain so push it don't hurt. Ain't a bad bitch but I really know my worth. Can't respect a nigga who get placed for wasting beats. That's like throwing a plate of food away, boy, give it to the streets. I just know how niggas finna act. I know they finna cheat, but I'm so sick of competing with niggas who don't watch they sheets. Bet you never heard no opinion, that's the truth, but I ain't finna act, I ain't got shit to prove. So what I'm gon' do, stay locked in the stew, cause I gotta respect my past self-view. Tired of the shit, I ain't tryna be broke, tryna stand on the money, be tired and I hope. Several hundred K for these words I spoke, and fuck any nigga, don't respect that quote. Economy inflated, but top still cheap, so I don't care what a bitch nigga done heard. These motherfuckers keep riding my dick like take a step back, you ain't even tryna flirt. Always on my foot on world shit, so whether it's you or the earth, I'm throwing her the bird. Niggas finna fall off when I come up, so I'm handing out live alert. Yeah.
I got them, and then I got like the the hand sign.
Is our soundboard working now? Oh,
because you got the cameras hooked up to it.
Yeah. Okay. So it's I'm limited on my shit type thing to be able to switch between cameras very seamlessly that I've been doing. I can't have my soundboard up, so I just got to invest in another Stream Deck or like figure out the mobile app. But I can't do that because yeah.
Right. Okay. First thoughts. The overall mix, and I noticed this on the second run through. Like not even necessarily the mix, but like the balance of the instruments and the type of track like drill track you chose. Did you produce this?
Mm.
Yeah, it reminds me of Members Only Volume 2.
Makes sense. Like very
Like how the 808s bang and how the snares drop in there and stuff
I do
like
have
that.
a very like chaotic, dirtier sound. Sometimes, not all the time, but a lot of the time when I'm mixing, like I don't mind like having that bitch clip sometimes.
Got nice bells. Nice
Yeah,
cowbell.
yeah. So I enjoyed that. The vocal, it's a good mix. I honestly can't complain about it. But if I'm gonna be an asshole and be like nitpicky because I am, and I want you to be a god, there's some clarity to be asked for around like the mid ranges, right? Like the way it's dropped in there right now, I could tell like you like either flipped it into mono or you like spent a ton of time making sure it sat. It sits, but you could drop it in a little bit more if you had more clarity around the mids.
That's fair.
That's my only critique about the vocal, really. But like I enjoyed the overall mix. I like how the 808s bang. You're talking your shit on this. I love the drop, and how basically I can tell by the sound wave because I'm a very visual person with my music. Like it's basically 2 songs put together. Like it's anticipatory at the beginning, and then you're just flowing on these banging 808s for the rest of the song. And that drop was really cool. That's where I made this face.
That drop took me a minute because I was just gonna have it to where that like reverse 808 just built up, and then it was just gonna drop right there. But then like it was probably some bullshit because a lot of times I accidentally do shit, and I'm like, holy shit, that would be crazy. And like I'm pretty sure I accidentally like fucking I don't know turned off the melody, and then like heard it after like right after the 808 finished, and then me come in. I was like, oh shit, that'd be tough. I was like, I always love doing like the little snare right before it goes back in. So like turning it back on, have it hit, and then come back in. Always love doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Have you ever checked out Nectar 3?
Nectar 3?
Yeah.
Oh, like the VST or whatever? No.
I just invested in it recently, and it's gonna help me with my mixes for DCF2 coming out in this fall.
Piracy.
Just
kidding.
One of the things I noticed because I was mad at Dabo Fly, and this is what I love about this.
Wait, is
fucking
Nectar
scene, bro.
3? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah.
Is that like what is it for?
It's a
again?
vocal processing plugin.
Okay.
Right. I was mad at Dabo Fly because he submitted the Water Wave, and one of their compliments was, "Bro, this vocal mix is perfect." Right. And we've been trying to collab for like the past 6 to 8 months, but we've never finished a song. Or when we did finish the song, it was like
I get that so much.
There's like our mixes are not like balanced out, so like he'd have a nice sharp vocal, and mine just sounded dull no matter what I did. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck do you have? He's like, oh, I got Nectar 3, or he has Nectar 2 actually. I'm like, fine, fuck you, I'm getting Nectar 3.
We'll get 3.
You know what I'm saying? So I got Nectar 3, and I've been recording with it for the past 2 weeks, and bro, it's got like this AI clarity thing.
Is it like is Nectar 3 like a suite? Like, have you used Ozone before?
It's a suite.
It is a
yeah.
suite? Okay.
You still have to use
Maybe I'll
like
check
some
that out.
EQ and connection and some compression with it.
Right.
But once you do, like there's very little, like everything is just to taste after that because everything that needs to be done is done technicality wise. Okay. So it's nice as fuck. But yeah, like so overall I like the song, bro. Like I'm definitely gonna listen to the whole project and give you my feedback. Okay. I'm guessing based off of this track that this project has a fair amount of variety on it, delivery wise.
They do.
Yeah, so I'm excited, bro.
I was like, especially for like a tape, you got to keep things exciting, you know? Yeah, I'm like, if I doubt it, but I was like, for the few niggas who are gonna sit through at least like fucking 5 songs, even, like, have variety, and I just want something for everybody, you know?
R&B.
Okay, my question for the average listener, someone who doesn't work in the music industry,
this is why you gotta be here.
Where can we find your music?
Everywhere.
Spotify, everything.
Spotify, nigga, Amazon Music, Deezer, nigga, Deezer. You can find that bitch on Audio Mac,
iHeartRadio.
Exactly, everything.
Yeah. When you're doing it through the distribution services and stuff like that, it's pretty much everywhere. You're paying extra. The only things you're paying extra for are like Snapchat, TikTok, and Shazam.
You need to think about that. When I was in the music industry, it was MySpace.
Oh
yeah, so like back when I was rapping, bro, like it was MySpace and YouTube, and that's it. The only thing.
That's how Jeffree Star's music got off, and Blood on the Dance Floor, and
MySpace and
like
Facebook.
Or YouTube, I mean.
I see. I don't relate to that, man. Like though, because MySpace, when you go to my most MySpace profile, it'd be well, Cow's Mouse bitch, the big fat bitch, the biggest bitch in the whole. I'm a dumbass like that, bro.
Yeah, no, MySpace. That was my era.
Hell yeah.
That just shows you how old I am.
I like the track. It's popping.
I like it. I enjoyed it a lot.
What's your critiques though?
My critiques. See, it's hard for me like I said, I'm not a musician.
But that's why your opinion is almost more valuable.
Is it?
Mine is ruined.
Just your
because
whatever they
I'm
is.
an engineer. I hear different things than you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. I don't know. It's hard for me to. I don't know. Like it's hard for me to critique music because I need to listen to it multiple times because of my language barrier. Mm-hmm. So I know 3 languages. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's almost like being dyslexic because I need to listen to it multiple times to really like break it word for word, sentence for sentence for me to like, oh, okay, that's what he's saying. That's what he's talking about. Okay. That's why it's hard for me to critique it. For me, yeah, it's something I'll probably add on my playlist and I will listen to it. But yeah, at my end, that was just what I really had to say about it. Yeah.
Appreciate that. You got anything to say?
It's like pussy juice in my ears, bro.
Pussy juice to his ears.
Wow.
Good. Yeah.
All right.
Good shit.
Succulent.
Succulent.
Yeah,
wow.
it's like popping a gusher in my mouth.
Okay.
Is that good enough for you?
I appreciate the different perspective.
You saw me vibing out to it.
Yeah. I did. No.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Well, I
saw
did.
It. I saw it.
Maybe not how I expected, but I guess I'll take it.
That's cool.
I'll take what I can get.
That's me rocking out.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
But yeah, dude. 11 p.m. Best You Never Heard, Zay3. It drops at 11 p.m. tomorrow on everything.
That's tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's fucking Thursday.
Yeah.
Stop lying.
Yeah, Thursday's tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, so, okay, yeah, because it dropped. Yeah.
I got you, man. A couple events coming up we'd like to reiterate. This Saturday, July 29th at Hidden World Vinyl Records. Blake Shepard, Dabo Fly, and Jay Havoc with opening acts from Acid Youth, White Diamond, and Pomo will be at Hidden World Vinyl Records, putting on a great show. We got some crazy lights that we need to show you. So you should come by for that. At least we're going to continue on the Only Way Out tour next Friday in Grand Forks, North Dakota. And then the following Saturday is another show we got going in Rochester, August 5th, with myself, Zay3, Jago, Benny Blockboy. What else we got featured?
Got Benny Blockboy, Blake Shepard, Zay3, Johnny Sudan, Jago, Sayed, Riok.
I
want to say that's about it.
Make that ass shake. Shake that ass now.
That's who we forgot. Somehow we forgot Riok.
What do we got up on the flyer screen?
This is the August 5th car meet as well that Manolo was talking about.
Yeah, so that's the one that's going to be at Tarascos over at Plainview.
Oh, and Jay Martinez.
Oh, Jay Martinez, bro. We have been booked on the show together. Bro, Jay Martinez is like crazy talented, and he's going to be at the August 5th show as well.
Yeah.
So shout out Jay Martinez.
Crazy.
You can
Love
buy
that
your
nigga
tickets
shit.
with the link that we're going to post.
Use promo code Zay3 for 30% off.
Use promo code Blake808 for 30% off.
Oh, hell no. Don't use that bullshit. That's some bullshit. You want the real shit, put code Zay3.
They're different tickets. If you buy Blake 808, they're tickets that come with a free meal. So
that is so cap. He's capping.
Free meal? What you get?
He's capping.
Yeah,
Fucking
just
Happy
make
Meal?
sure you
It's only
stay
his
for
ass.
my set.
4 chicken nuggets and a fry.
I will give you $10 if you're the sturdiest nigga there.
Okay.
When giving up, come on.
Pause.
Okay.
So is it $10 per ticket?
Yeah.
I'll say no more.
That's it.
But yeah, anyway,
$7 if you use my
car meet starting at 4 p.m.
Oh, yeah. The car meet. So Plainview, yeah, I'll technically run with it. Flyers on there. My crew will be there. We'll be there. There's going to be food. There's going to be music and stuff for kids and families. So
Street corn?
most likely.
Plainview's a corn town.
Oh,
Corn town.
Corn better be there, man.
Street corn is.
Corn
Mexican
better.
corn in the
I don't want a
cup with
good
a little
corn,
hot
man.
I want elote by the bundle.
Butter.
And then September 16th, we got that. I don't have a fly for it quite yet. But September 16th was Mexican Independence Day. Will be celebrated down at by Peace Plaza. So you're also more than welcome. And I'll be releasing a painting on that same day.
September 16th. Yeah, I'll be there.
In the car meet.
August
Date of
5th.
the car meet.
No, the day of
Date
Mexican.
of the car. No, I mean, what is the date of the car meet?
The car meet August 5th.
August 5th.
August 5th.
Same fucking day. Can't
Fuck
forget.
yeah. Let's go.
I might bring the coupe.
Let's all reflect on some of the announcements / signposting that needs to be done every time. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I believe we're at 113. Hit the bell. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Okay. Follow on Instagram. We just hit 1,070 during the stream. Make it 1,071 cult members. We got merch on the Dark Gems INTL website, the first ever hottest scene in the Midwest. T-shirts, whether you have it trademarked or not, we have the T-shirts.
We're making bootleg
We have
t-shirts.
Not us. Couldn't be us.
Shit, I'll start doing it.
Personally.
Bootleg? Nah, we're authentic.
We are authentic. Yeah. So buy a T-shirt. We also got a few hoodies left. Very, very few hoodies. I know it's like 90 degrees outside, but if you want to prep for the fall and you want to have something that's never going to be ever available ever again, they're available at the Garden Skate Park in Rochester. We can also deliver them if you are in the Rochester metro area.
Yeah, with this global warming going on, you probably need a hoodie like now, to be honest.
It's 105 out today.
It was not 105.
It was not 105.
With the heat index?
Here?
Oh, with the heat index.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was, bro.
It felt like at most 100. It was not no 105.
105. Listen,
Cap.
we get hit the worst.
Who's we?
We.
I got eczema. I'm kind of late.
You got eczema?
I can't be outside too much.
I got eczema.
I can be getting burnt, bitch, itchy. I'm not dealing with that. Fuck that. I don't need to be that black.
Do either of you have like burnout issues, like with art and stuff like that?
Yeah, nigga. Especially like me, like, cause I'm doing everything, and me being me, I'm always trying to do like a trillion different things at the same time. Like niggas know I got merch, and you know I'm mixing, I'm mastering, I'm doing actual work shit. I'm doing features, I'm writing for niggas, I'm doing this, and that. And so yeah, I get burnt out like a motherfucker all the time. All the time.
Yeah, because I was talking with Eli about this last night, and he's like, I forget what you suggested. Either I should take a break, or you asked whether I was burnt out.
Yeah, that's if you were burnt out. Because if you take a break, then everything falls down. Your house of cards is gone.
Exactly, and like I was telling him, I'm like, bro, I think I've been burnt out for the past 2 years, to be honest with you.
Just popping a Red Bull.
Yeah.
And an Adderall.
Yeah, because like after the 507cc thing, like I was building Dark Gems with basically nothing, and like I was so like worn out from the fact that I was living in a house with these people that hated me while I was trying to do business, and they were trying to do a rivaling business, and like from then on, it's just been like bullshit after bullshit business wise until we started this new era of Dark Gems at the beginning of this year.
It's like being Jewish in Germany.
And so like I just feel like I've been burnt out the entire time, and I'm just working through it, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? My inspiration more comes from like the curiosity of like, what if I do this? You know what I'm saying?
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like curiosity is like a huge motivator too, because like if you're doing something because you're like, oh, what if I do this, and you're very capable of doing it, you're probably gonna do it. You know,
True.
Like if you're making a song and you're producing a song, you're like, what if I flip the sample backwards?
Yeah.
You're
All
gonna
the time.
do that shit.
All the
you know
time.
what I'm saying?
Just to like keep it entertaining.
The producer did that for that whole sample is.
Yeah. Yeah, tell that story again. How you basically remade the beat and it's legal.
So,
Does it count as a cover or what?
Well, the thing is the specifics behind that is it's a free sample from Cymatics, and I have a license for it because I downloaded it through the website.
Right.
So I made a remake of it. I mean, at that point, yeah, I mean, copyright comes into play and this and that, you know, because from what I did, it's pretty much an exact copy, you know. Structure-wise, it's bar for bar the exact same beat. So, but if you were to go back and like do a whole different drum pattern, maybe change the BPM or even at most change the key of it, then you're fine, right? But yeah, no, I own that sample as well. So I was like, hey, I know that sample.
And it is a sample.
Yeah, Cymatics. Shout out to Cymatics. They're pretty cool.
That's so crazy. I don't get why they aren't pushing that more. That Mr. Rage was a Cymatic sample.
Oh no! If you go back to that specific pack, it says featuring the sample from the hit song.
But I mean,
Trippie
like
Redd.
when they're advertising, I guess. So like when they're putting out content and shit, you know.
Well, they're more right now. They're focused on doing like plugins and stuff.
Oh yeah, right now, yeah, for sure.
So
I like how Ronnie J took like a Cymatic sample, or no, it was a Splice sample.
I love
Ronnie J. Yeah, shout out Ronnie J.
Yeah, it's like
He's
an
not gonna
influence
see
for me.
this.
You
but-
can tell by the mixes. That's like an influence.
Yeah.
Literally, the two names you'll hear is Splice and Cymatics. Like that's
I just have Splice for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Splice and Cymatic is basically websites where you can go and get like random pieces of sound, and you can use them for your song.
Splice specifically, it's like a payment thing. You pay monthly for it, and then they give you tokens, and you spend those tokens on getting samples. Yeah.
Bro, I had 3,000 tokens because I didn't use them for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I went through there like a week ago, and I used all of them on drum one shots because I wanted to expand my drum portfolio.
Yeah,
so now I have all the drums.
They do giveaways every once in a while. They're like, oh, it's such and such month. Here's 500 tokens.
On Splice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that
Some
randomly.
don't use tokens anyway.
Yeah, and the samplers are like maybe 10 tokens. Like good ones from like notable people are 100 tokens, but they're pretty cheap. So
But yeah, so basically what I was saying was Ronnie J took this Splice sample and he made this song with Ski Mask back in like early 2018. And I forget what it was called. It was like a country and then freestyle. And they posted it and it like got some views. People were like, yeah, this is pretty cool, whatever. Whoever Bad Baby's producer is used the same fucking sample and made Gucci flip-flops with it.
Yeah.
And they put Lil
I remember
Yachty on
that.
it, and everybody forgot that Ski Mask made that song. And I feel like that's low-key an underrated moment in where like Ski Mask kind of like dropped from like the like grade A crowd, or like he was viewed as like he was at the top of the top in 2018, and like that was a moment where I was like, you know,
and
like
then
he
X
still
died and
dropped
everyone
Stokely
focused
and
on
those other
Juice
cool
WRLD.
projects, but yeah.
And which is also fair to him. Like him, I don't want to say falling off, but just definitely not being at the pinnacle he was, because like, you know, he lost his niggas, you know?
Yeah.
He also stopped riding that wave too. He's like, okay, I'm gonna stop. You know, I'm X's friend. Like I was his best friend in that, but I'm gonna stop riding that wave to get the clout out of it. Like, oh, you should listen to me because I was closely related to X. So if you listen to his music, you like. We moved on from that, and then people were focused on Juice WRLD because he was the next big thing under X at that time, and then he passed after that. So now everyone's like scatterbrained. We don't know who the fuck to go to. We don't know what to listen to. Everyone's back to their, I'm gonna listen to Travis Scott, Migos type shit.
That's what
6ix9ine. Oh my god, we should talk about that. The recent video with 6ix9ine and Kodak Black.
Yeah, he paid him in like a car and $1 million.
$1 million to get dissed on his own song.
Yeah. But yeah, we're talking about it right now.
Bro, so you know 6ix9ine, he's a
worked.
snitch,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I
Did you
know.
hear the whole controversy of 6ix9ine and his new girl?
No.
He took his new girl from this other artist, another reggaeton artist or whatever.
Okay.
Kodak Black's first lines on his verse were, "Bro, how you lose your bitch to a snitch?"
And to be fair, I mean, props to 6ix9ine to like kind of just owning up to it too, and just like taking it.
He made shots to Lil Mabu. First part of his verse, 6ix9ine.
What do you say?
He said, "So you call yourself the dumb dada, blah 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 blah," and then talks about like the last thing you heard was "ra da da da." Yeah, because that's Lil Mabu's new song is Scholar, top Scholar, real top dada.
Oh yeah. I seen it on TikTok.
Ops knew my school address and they did not you know. he did
6ix9ine is
the-
such a hack, and I'm kind of mad that it's still working, but it makes sense.
First thing he did when he came out of the whole allegations with trial and everything was he did the whole video with what was it, Nicki Minaj?
Yeah.
And he had the whole rat filter
The whole
on.
rat filter.
Yeah, like dude embraces the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Even Kodak did too. He was like, "What would y'all have done if you were in his situation?"
Yeah. No,
Said that
makes
in the
sense.
song.
I'm not gonna lie. If niggas fucked my bitch and wasn't even like they wasn't even really his gang, bro. Like talking shit about him, fucked his bitch. That's the craziest part. And then expecting him to like just be ride or die just cause. I'm like, y'all niggas weren't even.
You did this man so dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if a nigga do you dirty, you know, that ain't your man's no more. Whatever.
That's just wild though. You fucking paid $1 million and got that stack, and Kodak is like,
Kodak
yeah,
feature.
bitch, you paid $1 million for me, and I dissed the fuck out of you.
Which I love Kodak, but like a mill, I feel like that's not his usual. Because I know smaller artists even get Kodak features.
Well, he's gonna also get. He probably had him sign like at least 50% royalty on that. So, and if you go look at it, it's got a few million plays already. Yeah, controversy, bro. That's what happens.
Yeah, that's true. You know,
Go
There you
up
go.
or down.
Adam 22 was like last week, and I already forgot about it until you said that.
Adam?
Yeah.
That nigga always has some shit going on.
Oh, how he's a cuck.
It's such
Well,
a
niggas been
strange
known that.
scenario,
I don't know why
bro.
niggas
It's
are
so
just talking about it
strange.
too, because he's been.
The video came out. That's why we talk.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but
you-
I mean like
You watch?
No,
Bro. Okay, I'm gonna show you right now.
no. I don't need to see that. But like, Land of the Plug is a fucking porn star. Like,
I love the
get it,
interview
come.
with, I don't forget who his name was, because I honestly don't know who his name was, but Adam had an interview with someone, and the dude was like, bro, did you see the way that she was looking at him? It's different. He was hitting it different. He's like, no. It's just acting, blah, 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 blah.
It's just acting.
He's like, no, bro.
Like, no, this nigga has
It's
10,
different.
Like 3
You
more
can
inches
see it
on
in her
you from
eyes.
Me acting.
Calls him out, and he's like, I hear you talking extra spicy out in these streets.
God, bro.
And I don't like that. I don't like that.
Spicy nigga.
Don't get involved with OnlyFans, bitches. Moral of the
Don't
story.
get involved with anyone.
Yep. Stay safe.
Don't even be involved with yourself.
Bro, I'm so scared
Just
I'm going to
kidding.
get involved with someone, and then my career's going to fall off the rails.
Then
like it did
boom,
last
she has an
year.
OnlyFans.
Work on yourself, boys.
Yeah.
14
that louder.
said he should be
Work on
on
yourself,
Dark Gems.
Louder.
He should.
Work on yourself, boys.
Louder.
I read. Oh, it was pretty loud.
No, I was talking to Eli.
Oh.
See? You didn't
Like
hear him.
right in there.
Oh.
Actually, no. Just get fucking depressed. Stay in your room. We don't need the competition, to be honest. We're rising up.
I don't need you out here.
Y'all little boys can go play CSGO too.
Said stay depressed. I don't want to compete with you right now.
Stay depressed.
I'm depressed too. Back so.
No, we beat depression. Going to
14 said he should
psilocybin
be
trip
on
up
the
the
mountains.
mountains.
Bro.
We need him to come out
Not
to
me.
the interview,
We.
man.
That's what happened.
We
to me.
you.
What? Psilocybin trip in the mountains?
Not in the mountains, but that changed my whole, like, synapse.
Yeah, that's what I just got done doing in Georgia.
Wait, the what?
Yeah. You ever done
What?
psilocybin?
What is this shit? What are you gonna go on like some Joe Rogan rant about like
Kinda, yeah.
why I
do
why I
kratom?
should be tripping out and like fucking trees and shit?
The whole dude that went on a whole 8-month life experience on the water from smoking psilocybin.
Bryce Hall, he did a huge mushroom trip and went from doing dumbass dances on TikTok to like talking, and he's like philosophical and like all about himself. And yeah, man, I did a half ounce of mushrooms and it changed my life. Like, I'm not a douche anymore.
Okay, but what is psilocybin?
Mushrooms.
It's active chemical in magic mushrooms.
Okay, of
Yeah.
course. Yes.
Actually, fun fact, that's the chemical that you ingest, and then your body metabolizes it into psilocin. Psilocin is what actually makes you trip out.
Safer than acid.
Very.
So how do you do it then?
You eat the mushrooms. What do you mean?
But you said it was just the active ingredient. In
Yeah,
it, so
when
you
your
still eat
body
it.
metabolizes it. So after you eat it, then it goes.
But I'm talking about the psilocybin shit.
That's
Psilocybin.
mushrooms.
Oh, so it is just mushrooms.
Yeah, it's just mushrooms.
Oh, you just
You put it on your peanut butter jelly Sammy. You put it in your chocolate. You put it in your pizza.
Pizza is how you're gonna
pizza
throw
rolls
up.
and
You
mushrooms.
put your pizza rolls. Mom, give me my
I
pizza
still want
rolls.
to try it.
Psilocybin or the pizza roll?
One of my favorite.
Psilocybin.
One of my favorite things.
Both.
That was quite a. We've talked about this already on the podcast. The whole Dabo fly situation. We were tripping on mushrooms when that happened.
Are you talking about point 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. You know that B&B I mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
where at the end of the year we kind of like made this new age of dark gems.
Yeah.
So, there was this one night, and like Dable Fly, he doesn't give a fuck, but like he's gonna laugh when he hears this. So there was one night he had too much to drink, and me, him and Alter Ego were all in my room because we all had different rooms with our studio setup and stuff.
Upstairs across from where Dabo was staying.
Right.
Like, literally like 3 feet.
Right. And the entire night I came back from my music video shoot and Dabo Fly had just finished a session and he was drinking throughout this entire session. And so I got the back half of that pause. And he just started playing his project that just came out with YPG Money Mac a few months ago. And he's like, bro, you got to hear this project. He's like, listen, it was 5 tracks long. He plays it, right? And like the first 2 times, I was like, okay, yeah, let me listen to this all. Da, da, da. He did this like 6 times. He's like, bro, you heard my new project? He's like, listen. And he just played the 5 tracks over again. He did this like 6 or 7 times.
Just had an Alzheimer's moment.
Yeah. And I'm like, maybe he'll fall asleep or something like that. So I laid down on the bed to like be suggestive. I'm like, bro, go to sleep somewhere or something like that. Nope, keeps playing the project over and over again. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to walk out. So I stand up and I go over to the computer. And then he like walks up to me and he just like jabs me. He's like, let's go, man.
So this is when, at this point, he's still doing his thing with Damien, and this is when me and Alter Ego like walk in. We're like, oh, let's go check out Blake and see what's going on for the rest of the night. And we walk into that, and he fucking like does the little punch thing.
Yeah, he does this, and I'm like, bro, we're not gonna do. I'm like, no, like I got mad. I'm like, bro, we're not gonna do this shit right now, like for real. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he like. Then he went into sad Damien mode. He just goes and like sits on this chair that's in the corner. He's like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. And then we go into the other room. I'm like, fuck this shit, bro. So I go into my room and like Alter Ego and him are in there and we're like talking about it. And Damien comes in and he's still kind of messed up. And he's like, he just looks at all of us. He's like, 0.3. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? He's like, 0.3.
What does that mean?
I'm like,
Nigga, out of
bro,
5?
what does that mean? What are you talking about? He's like, oh, you guys like, bro, like I'm just 0.3, bro. So like ever since that night, we've been trying to figure out what he meant by that.
0.3.
And he like every so often he'll just be like in a group chat, he'd be like, bro, I know what I was talking about. He's like, I was talking about Allen Iverson because I was playing basketball or something like that. And we're like, bro. No.
So you said 0.3?
Yeah.
No, nigga.
Yeah. So every so often, like, we'll go out to Damien and we'll be like, hey, 0.3.
0.3.
Yeah.
Dude's literally standing in the hole with the broken ladder going, I don't know, man.
When I finally meet this nigga, I'm gonna just say that.
0.3.
Bro, if he doesn't release like an EP or something called 0.3.
I was gonna say that. I was like,
it has to turn into song.
Yeah.
Life is crazy, bro. Life
There
is
was
crazy.
one night.
Might be crazy single out right now.
We were supposed to do a show in Duluth. And we planned this show out for like 2 months. This is in like April. And 2 days before the show happened, I get a call from the artist that was putting it all together. And he's like, yeah, bro, like the venue fell through and all this other stuff. And I already paid for like a B&B and all that, and I couldn't get refunded.
Oh,
like,
did you ever explain why it fell through specifically?
I think we did, but I'll say it again. So I was talking to these artists in Duluth that I've known for a long time. They're both rappers up there and they both promote.
Shout out Motor and Jay Blaine.
Yeah.
You say Boner? Boner?
What? He said
Motor.
Motor.
Oh.
Motor.
Motor.
Motor and Jay
I was like,
Blaine.
no way his name is fucking Boner.
And
Motor.
they booked this venue that is like, it's kind of like Tree Dome, but like a little bit more urban, I guess.
It's called the One Stop Shop.
Yeah. It's out of business now, but anyways. Yeah.
Ironic.
But yeah, they're like, yeah, dude, it's all booked and everything. And I'm like, okay, but can I talk to like the owner of the venue? And they're like, no, bro, don't worry about it. Like, I got it locked in. And then like a week before, I was like, bro, like, let me talk with the venue just once, like make sure everything's good and all that. Like, I want you to make sure they know who I am and all this other stuff. Like, no, bro, I got it locked in. We're good. We're good. Don't worry about a thing. I'm there every day, right? And I was like,
okay.
All right. So then 2 days
Trust
before,
you.
they call me and they're like, yeah, bro, it's not happening because upstairs they book out as a B&B, and there's some old dude staying up there, and so they canceled the show. Yeah.
For one old nigga?
Yeah, for one dude that was running the Airbnb upstairs. And I was like,
fuck?
great. So
Old people
we,
priority.
Already had the B&B booked
we already
for
had
us.
our B&B booked in Superior, which is the sister city. So we're like, fuck it, let's just go to Duluth because I've never been to Duluth before. So we drive up there and
so pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 The titties are kind of mid, but yeah.
There's a strip club there. What's it called? Oh, we can't show them out. I don't remember what it's called. It's the something saloon.
Yeah. It was like
we went in there.
We didn't think it was a titty bar at first. We were like, oh, this is like a biker bar, you know. I mean, this is one of those.
So y'all went into the biker bar out of all places?
No, it was a titty bar.
Yeah.
But y'all thought it was a biker bar.
Sure.
So you were like, oh, hell yeah.
Well, what biker bar doesn't have a stage with music? I mean.
Oh, okay. Y'all were searching for.
We were trying to find a place to be like, you know, proactive. Like, oh, we're gonna set up something next time, or like maybe we could be like, hey, we've got all our equipment. Can we just like come through in 30 minutes and put on a show?
Right. I thought y'all were just like going.
No. We had a goal. But it didn't work very well. Anyway, so we go into the Chitty Club.
Oh yeah, and I got myself a drink and I sat down, and I'm like, I was just kind of bored after a while, and one of the girls comes out and she sits on the rope ahead of me and she's talking to somebody, and she turns around and she's like, "You're cute," and then for a second I was like, and then I was like, "You're just doing your job. Shut up."
I don't have 150 right now. For
You are lying.
Nothing.
You have no feelings for me. You're just providing entertainment. I know this trick.
Just breaks down.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah. But then Dabo found some dude he thought was Quake Jones.
What the?
But like
Quake Jones?
Yeah.
Up there?
Yeah, Quake Jones is an artist and promoter in Austin.
At a random titty bar?
Yeah, in Duluth.
What are you doing here?
And Dabo's like, he's like, that dude kind of looks like Quake Jones. She's like, I'm gonna go talk to him real quick. And we're like, okay. He just walks up to this dude. It's obviously not Quake. Like, bro has like tattoos all the way down his arms now. This.
Also, I can never picture Quake in a titty bar.
Then finds out that it's not Quake.
Surprisingly, whoa!
Calls Quake in the middle of the strip club as there's signs all around it that say no cell phones out.
Allowed, yeah.
So the bouncer comes up and he's like, hey, you gotta turn it off. He's like, oh, my bad. Dude, there's big ass signs that say no cell phones.
No cell phones.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
So then after that, we're like, okay, this is kind of boring. And then we walk out of there, and Dan gave his feedback about the place, and we're all like, yeah. Which was
those titties are mid.
Mid.
I bet so.
Mid ass titties.
Very mid. I mean, the ass was okay, but like.
Okay, titty bar.
Okay, titty bar.
It was Duluth. I mean, it's not a lot of competition.
Yeah, to be honest.
I call it okay titty bar.
The okay titty bar.
0.3.
Yeah, we love Dabo, even though we're giving him a lot of shit. And it sounds like this. This is my Dabo Flyer impression.
I'm sorry, every time you talk about him, I can't help but like image the fucking Adidas shirt. I don't know why. Like, I'm not even pissed about it. Like, I just always see it every time his name comes up.
It's branding, bro. He needs a sponsorship deal. He really does. Now that we're making it a thing, of course. But yeah, the rest of the night, we tried to find, like, a venue. And, like, I went to the length of going on, like, the website for the University of Minnesota Duluth, and then finding the fraternities, and then finding the Instagram page attached to the fraternities, and then finding the phone number attached to the Instagram of the fraternities on the website, and then calling it and seeing what would happen. And one of them actually picked up, and it was this dude. He's like, hello? And I introduced himself. I gave him like a bullshit story. I was like, yeah, bro, like, I was actually we were supposed to do a DJ night at, and then I said the rival fraternity, and I was like, but they canceled on us, bro. Like, we're wondering if you guys want to do a free show tonight. He's like, at UMD? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I graduated from that 3 years ago. He's like, but I could he's like, I know somebody that goes there. I'm like, perfect. I'm like, send him my number. He gives me a number. I call the number. They don't pick up. I text them a message with the same scenario, and then they were like, nah, we're not interested. I'm like, we were offering to show up at your place with speakers.
That's crazy.
And throw just a free event. and you said no on a Friday or Saturday night. That's crazy, bro. So then around like 10 p.m., we're just walking around Duluth trying to find people and whatever. And there's all these people walking around walking out this fancy event. Look like some sort of ball or something like that. We're like, oh, maybe these people are trying to party tonight, right?
Ball.
Okay, to be fair, I thought it was a wedding.
Okay,
you know?
no, I got to say the punchline before you clear this up. We go up to these people and Dan's like, fuck it, man. We're going to ask these people. Somebody's going to an after party after this, right? And then he had a pretty good situation he laid out to him. He's like, yeah, man, these people fucked us over and all this and whatever. You guys want to throw a party?
We were out a deposit for a venue and this and that, and they booked someone else, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, oh, that sucks, man. I'm sorry, but you know, we just got out of prom Christian school. I was like,
oh, no.
Oh.
No, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
Sorry to bother you, man. I hope you have a good night.
Wasn't made for you guys that time, huh?
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, so we were like,
That's a sin.
okay. I think it's not in the cards for us tonight. So then we just went back to our B&B and we
tried to do a live stream. I found out the problem was I was logged in on my YouTube. I created the live stream on my account, and then I went back to Dark Gems to like do it, and it wasn't showing up. So yeah,
of course.
we set all the speakers up in the Airbnb. We did like a little concert on my Twitch and called it a night.
Yeah, and then we left the B&B, and I got a note from the lady that ran the B&B, and she was not happy with me. She's like, "There's scratches on the floor. There's a cabinet door that's broken, and that shit just fell off, man. That shit was fucked up in the first place. Not our fault."
Yeah.
And then she was like, "You also left fake snakes behind to scare the cleaners."
Fake snakes.
And we're like, "What?"
What?
Yeah. And we asked like Alter Ego and like Lexi, his manager, and all these other people were like, "Did you guys leave snakes behind or something like that?" And they're like, "No, but we found some snakes." And we're like, what the hell? So the people before us left snakes there, and then we got fucked over because of your fake snakes. So I hope they watch this, whoever left those fake snakes in Superior, Wisconsin in that Airbnb house.
That's gonna get a real snake and put it in your fucking crib.
Yeah, seriously. So I had to pay like $72 for all that shit.
Or for all you know,
That's not that bad.
for all you know, the owners did it.
Yeah, exactly. And they're trying to
No,
scam
you're trying
me.
to set me up with fake snakes.
Right.
Yeah, and I think they found Alter Ego's vape too, because they were like, we found drug paraphernalia. Like, what?
The fucking nicotine stick.
Nicotine is a drug.
Cancer sticks.
Yeah.
Itched it.
Well, I mean, technically Superior is Wisconsin, so.
We
Weed bad.
Yeah.
Weed
I'm
bad.
with the burnout. I'm burnt out, but we're still going, because why not?
Fuck it.
Because why not?
Why not?
I don't have anything else.
I'm locked in, man. I'm maximizing my potential.
Damn, what's the biggest trip you've had? Or what's the worst trip you've had?
What do you mean? Like
high.
Oh,
Those are always the best stories.
Ironically, it was when church was here too. I was doing acid, and I don't know what it was. I just got super angry about everything. I just got super angry and annoyed with everything, and life just sucked. And I was like, I'm not having a good time. Yeah, I straight up turned around and I looked at Jose and I was like, I know you are where I'm at, but you need to go home.
I think I
When was this?
Go home.
I think it was like the third to last 507 Live, and we were just supposed to hang out and do this and that, and it was just a combination of a lot of things. Like I could hear people breathing, and
People breathing.
I wasn't.
Last time we took a trip, it was pretty fun.
Yeah,
makes me
that.
stop
Oh my
moving
God,
around.
bro!
Remember
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I have never enjoyed
so
Spider-Man
amazing.
so much in my life. Played it on the PS5, and I was like, dude, check this out. Go to these settings, and we were like, whoa,
Yeah, I was
dude,
like, what?
what the fuck? I didn't know we could do
I was
this.
so locked into that couch that we had right in front of the TV, just listening to music.
Yeah,
That shit was amazing.
that was a wonderful day.
Who's there with us?
It was you, me, and Sad Q.
Sad cute.
Yeah.
Missed that guy. What happened to him?
He's just hanging out with CJT right now since the whole split and everything. He actually showed up to our show at the Garden on Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they popped out for a little bit. There was a little bit of miscommunication about like $20 to perform type shit, but they still paid the $10 to come in and hang out for a bit, and
Oh, nice. Yeah.
so it was cool.
Missed nice, that guy.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Shout out to Sad Q and CJT. They're doing their own thing. They're working on music, recording here and there. So.
Man, he could spit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's always pushing. Like, dude, when's your album coming out?
Dude, he carried during the 507 lives during the freestyle sessions. He carried that shit. He would literally rap until he was out of breath.
Yeah.
He'd be like.
That shit reminds me of when you guys went to perform in Austin and fucking church was just running out of breath nonstop.
Was this Paramount or was this at Quattrocopa? Yeah, Paramount.
Paramount, where he was just like, he would go and then he would like, and then have the people say his lyrics and they're like,
Bro's struggling over there. Bro's
just
struggling.
just to rap on
Last
stage.
minute submission. Oh, hot damn. Thank fucking God. From the man Shank Hill himself. Oh, yes. Oh, we got 2 more. All right, cool. We got 2 more submissions. Let's get into it. What do you think,
No
Blake?
way. Hell yeah.
We got 2 more submissions. All right. So
From who?
first
Shank
up,
Hill?
From Shank Hill and then Callie?
Oh, that might be Kilo.
Khalil. Sorry, Khalil. I'm bad at names.
Cool.
So up first, we have a submission by Khalil. This song. Oh, that's not it.
New submission.
New submission. 2 submissions.
This song is called Kilo. Don't Be a Menace. Let's get into it.
It's Big Bag Bitch. Young Will T.
I said, do we have a problem?
They told me don't be a menace. I got them racks like tennis. You on that whip, but it rained. I'll run me a check up at Lennox. Pop a pint, this ain't Guinness. Walk hard in my kidneys. Make a nigga miss a missus, cause a nigga ain't missing. Nope, put a bitch on a mission. I'm cooking up, she doing the dishes. Bro, ride around with them switches. He play with us and he sleep with the fishes. Don't know shit, boy, I can't be a witness. 12 get behind me, I swear out the exit. Wax the wood like this bitch affected. You get burnt for the bread like Texas. I got that chicken like tenders, rack like tennis, green like lettuce. We talking shit, they gon' let us. I'm rolling woods and they thicker than precious. Ayy, I'ma pull up in a Lexus. Please don't test us, shit get reckless. That boy Adidas, that nigga be checklist. Toast a nigga like some breakfast. Soon as that beat drop, you made that face. Soon as that blunt hit, I'm out of space. Soon as them lights flash, I do the race. Soon as that bail bond, I beat that case. Soon as I bust one, I gotta skate. Soon as they tap in, I'm up at Chase. Soon as the feds start watching, I can't leave a trace. Soon as them stakes high, I'm out of state. Soon as that silk crack fall in the pot, 4 plays on my line out here doing a lot. Circle so small, I connect no dots. He thought his drip shit, show him it's not. He thought he did something, why that boy frontin'? I'm up at range. Green in my pocket like lettuce, I smoke at the onion. Blue eyes, he made me feel like Paul Bunyan. So that bitch beat her feel like a bunion. Biggest boss, I'm at the end of the dungeon. On that car like I spy something. Type of nigga had ice spice munch. Getting this money, my nigga is nothing. I bring the X to the function. I got an X out in London. I got an extra % for my shooter, he X out some, bitch. They told me don't be a menace. I got them racks like tennis. You on that whip, but it rained. I'll run me a check up at Lennox. Pop a pint, this ain't Guinness. Walk hard in my kidneys. Make a nigga miss a missus, cause a nigga ain't missing. Nope, put a bitch on a mission. I'm cooking up, she doing the dishes. Bro, ride around with them switches. He play with us and he sleep with the fishes. Don't know shit, boy, I can't be a witness. 12 get behind me, I swear out the exit. Wax the wood like this bitch affected. You get burnt for the bread like Texas.
Now they're on.
Okay.
Shout out downtown Minneapolis. Shout out Kilo. Appreciate you. Sorry I didn't see your chat earlier. We were
Zay, kick us off.
Deep in conversation.
I thought it was nice. I mean, I like some of the flows. That one flow kind of towards the end in that verse, I felt like you were doing it for a little bit too long. But maybe I was just like hyper fixated on it. But I felt like you could have switched it up again. And some of your words or like syllables you was trying to put in there kind of felt forced. But overall, I do like it. I do like it still, though. Even with that being said, that's more like nitpicks, to be honest. But I do like it.
Shout out Paul Bunyan.
Yeah. What the hell was that?
You don't know who Paul Bunyan is?
No, I know who Paul Bunyan is. But nigga said Papa Oxy. I feel like Paul Bunyan. I guess that makes sense, actually. Never mind.
And about the world.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Papa Oxy.
I like that shit. I like the flow. It's got that super like kind of in your face type flow. You know, the beat was the background.
Yeah, even in the mix, like the mix was really like niggas' vocal was like in your face.
Bass was pretty hard, man. That hit harder than my dad.
Hell yeah. Fortunately, I don't have the sub hooked up today, but I would have hit a lot harder. Blake, anything?
I was gonna shift to Eli. He was making some comments about how hard it was hitting.
Yeah.
Eli?
Oh shit. Yeah, no, that was like I said, it hit harder than my dad.
That's all he got.
Manolo?
I liked it. I mean, not quite my taste on music, or at least on the rap, but I think it was pretty good. I mean,
Okay. All right. Yeah, man, I like the mix. I think it's got a good balance to it. I like your beat choice. Very bouncy. I was bouncing. I'm going to stop
Pause.
Pause, bro. I'm on one tonight. Oh, my God, bro.
Every damn night.
Bro, pause. Oh, my God.
What did this nigga text me the other day, bro? He said something crazy.
Yeah, but I like the beat. I do think, I don't know if there was a hook in there. I think there was a hook. I remember hearing some stuff that was pretty similar. I think the flow for the hook could be a little bit more distinct though, because I couldn't pick it out very easily. But like I think your verse flows were nice. Could add a little bit more variance to your verse flows, and then just make the hook pop a little bit more with your cadence. But once you get that in there, that'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, video was in downtown Minneapolis. I didn't pick that out at first.
No.
But
no, I thought it was Rochester at first.
Yeah, we thought it was Roch. But naturally, that's what we look at every day. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Kilo. If you got any promo to send to us and you want to possibly promote that video on the page, we do that for free. So send us a video clip of that video, your promo clip, and we'll put it on the page for free.
Yep. And alternatively,
Set us up
if
in
you
the
want
DM
to
about
premiere
that.
the whole video on our website, you can drop to 50 on that if you want to support the cause for us. We'd appreciate that. But you don't have to. But that's an
How long does it stay up?
Until someone else purchases it.
How about that? You can buy fucking territory on our website. So if you want to be the featured music video, it's $50. If you want to be on the Instagram page, send me the video clip on the Dark Gems INTL, and we'll post it for free.
Shouts out to you, Kilo. Appreciate you for popping in. Sorry I didn't catch your chat right away. We do this every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. So if you or you know other artists that are looking for feedback that are not your homie saying, yeah, this is great, because we're not going to dick ride you. We're going to give you some actual feedback. So, hell yeah. Tune in every Wednesday. We have one more submission for the evening before we pop out of here, guys.
The Blunt Bros.
The Blunt Bros.
507 Legends.
507 Legends. We got Jeff Lawson, a.k.a. Shank Hill, and we got Wake and Bake.
Wake and Bake.
So let's get on it.
Fucking with the monster. Thought you knew we'll lead the pack. I'm number one, so I don't give a number two about the past. We are not the same elevation when it comes to rap. I exist beneath the surface, surgical with every track. I'm leaning back in my Cadillac with speakers banging. I don't think you get it. I've been chilling where the creatures hanging. I am not the Dover King, but better believe a speaking dragon. Fire coming out my mouth like heavy metal kings are playing Super Saiyan. Like I'm Kakarot when Krillin died. Truly do not comprehend. You bitches better run and not stuck up on a one-way pass, so I made it mine. Got no time for competition. No vision, I'm running blind.
Travel down this one way, I'm out to go. Yeah, we are not the same, only God knows. I elevate and change on a high note. Yeah, they gon' tell you I be number one. Yeah, number one. I'ma double up, I'm coming up, I'll be number one. Number one, oh number one, number one. I'll be
Number one, you can smell when the propane come, then we get to grilling these foes. Number two, I do the shit I gotta do. Profane one to the bone. Third time's a charm, then I start strutting around like I got a pocket full of stones. It's the fourth time now I've had to tell you that we're coming to take your throne. Give up the writtens or simplistic rhythms. Sound like a sedative that you've been given. Busting my ass to make sure that I'm shitting a missile of lava. I'm melting you bitches. No Mario bricks to help you, this is business. I'm strapped with an extended clip of this sickness. Mask up and risk it with the biscuit or get it. Tell Marshall there's a fire here to extinguish. Splish splash, taking a blood bath. We are not the same and you know it. Got a dark side, but I don't gotta sell my soul to fucking show it. I've been elevated to another level, so now I know where I'm going. Wake and bake and shake, we got the soldiers, Minnesota.
Travel down this one way, I might go. Yeah, we are not the same, only God knows. I elevate and change on a high note. Yeah, they gon' tell you I be number one. Yeah, number one. Double up, I'm coming up. I be number one. Number one. Oh, number one. Number one. I be number one.
Bro, I want to put on some Osiris's and wear some like straight fit jeans and a swag era t-shirt. That's where I want to be. Number one.
Especially with that hook,
Number
this shit could
one.
be on like some type of EA soundtrack for like fucking Madden or something.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like as a
can see
promo
that.
for like their career mode or something.
Yeah, making a shitty
I'm
creative
number
player
one.
with like a red mohawk, and it's number one. Making a
This is my
6'5"
walkout song.
cornerback.
6'5" corner.
Yeah. Good shit, man. Like I said, it was very it reminded me of like 2014 era stuff, like with the style of the trap beat and the overall flows. I felt like, I don't know, did they, maybe it's because I was talking to Kilo, but like, why, maybe the hook was only at the beginning and end. I don't know if it split up the verses or not. I'd have to listen again. But I like the hook. The verses, I don't know, like I've heard a lot of you guys' music now. I don't know if these was your best verses. And that's a good thing, because if I wasn't feeling hot on at least some of your verses, I would just be lying to you the entire time. But I don't know if this is you guys' best work verse wise. It still works. Like a lot of common listeners, they hear this be like, oh, this is a decent rap song, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just being picky because I can. So that being said,
Enjoy
I-
the beat, actually.
yeah.
I mean, it did sound like you said a little generic. It did sound like something that you could say like you're in a video game or something. But the beat,
Low-key, yeah.
But the beat was decent. Is what I can say.
You got anything to say?
Yeah, it just sounded like John Cena.
John Cena.
WWE 2K14, baby.
Yeah, it just kind of felt generic, you know, a little. I don't want to say outdated, but yeah, that's how I'm feeling. It felt a little outdated.
Just say it's updated.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
but it's still like a cool song.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's all it is to me.
The hook's
a little,
good.
just a little decent. Yeah, and
Number
the hook
one,
is good.
like
number one.
That's how we always want to
Number
feel.
one.
But
Like that's nice.
we gotta bring that futurism.
Oh yeah.
You want to wrap this up?
Yes, let's wrap it up so we keep the kids out the house.
Not sponsored by Trojan.
Not sponsored by Trojan whatsoever, but we could be in the near future.
I'd
Shout
be
out
a
Trojan.
much better.
Not sponsored by Trojan.
Smoking
What's
grass,
his face?
slinging
A
brass.
better, not mascot, but face. I'd be a better face than Lil Dicky.
Wow. I want to see it. I want to see it.
Rocking a fucking condom.
Whoa.
Okay, no, maybe not that.
Whoa. But hey, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram if you haven't already. We do this submission every Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m.
Hit that
with
like
submissions at 9 o'clock. Hit that like
That
button.
like button it spurts out little like confetti, like it's like,
Yeah.
it's like your birthday.
It's got a cool sound effect.
Happy
on
fucking birthday, you chumps.
And don't forget, album coming out tomorrow, 11 p.m. Central Time, 12 Eastern.
it. Yes, sir. Zay3's not. It's Zay3's tape.
Tape.
Yeah.
Not an album.
Zay3's
Debut
new
album.
tape, Best You Never Heard, is
Debut
out
tape.
tomorrow at 11 p.m. Central. We got back-to-back events in Rochester. This and next Saturday at Hidden World Vinyl Records and Chip Shots. This Saturday is free. Next Saturday, tickets are available on the Eventbrite link we will attach somewhere. Follow the Instagram for more information.
Promo code
The only
/events.
Yes. Oh yeah, on the website too, darkgemsintl/events. Actually, okay, whatever, that'll work. We are still on tour with the Only Way Out tour. We're hitting Rochester, Grand Forks, Chicago, and St. Paul coming up. That will also be under darkgemsintl/events. This guy is working on an event in Plainview.
August 5th.
August 5th as well.
with some of my guys, a car crew. We'll be having some nice cars. We do have 2 lowriders on the scene. I think I forgot to mention that earlier. It is going to be a family thing, Mexican food, just a nice little place to celebrate. And so again, September 16th, we're celebrating Mexican Independence Day, downtown Peace Plaza, and Chateau Theater. I'll be there taking pictures for the event, but again, there's going to be music, there's going to be food, celebrating Mexican Independence Day.
Absolutely. Rochester's own King Ace, Jade and Williams, and 507 Pacino are now on the Storm Tour starting August 2nd. You can get tickets, I believe, through another Eventbrite link we will put on the Instagram. And with that, make sure you subscribe, follow the Instagram, comment, like, turn on the notification bell. We got t-shirts on the website, darkgemsintl.com. So this is brand new. We're the only people with the hottest scene, the Midwest merch, and no trademark. A cop a t-shirt.
Salam, friends.
And with that, unless you guys got anything, that dude's gonna press a button, and we're gonna be out for episode 15. Thank you, Manolo. Thank you, Zay3. Thank you, Eli, for coming out. It's been a good episode, and we'll be back next week for episode 16 with DJ Syed. Until then,
Bismillah.
We're out.